Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of Eat, Crit, and Survive, where a bunch of guys gather responsibly in different locations to play some Dungeons and Dragons. Dear. It is a blustery day in Northamptonshire and Milton Keynes and wherever else we are playing from. Whichever part of the country has claimed to be where Ross is, and wherever Connor thinks he is. Barbados, somewhere like that.
I'm going to go with the Maldives today.
Nice, good shout. Good shout.
Been there, done that.
Yeah,
same.
Literally got the t-shirt.
I think I got a towel. I think.
Which is what they wear as t-shirts there.
I touched a turtle.
Oh, dear.
I ran away from a shark.
I swam after a shark.
It was only
because
this
I'm
big.
not.
I was going to say, it was probably a nursing shark, wasn't it?
Doesn't matter. It's still a shark. You'd have to tell anyone what size it was. It's a fucking shark.
Take your toes
Not.
off.
Nursing sharks? Yeah, that's fine. You can literally pick one of those up and just harpoon it somewhere. Yeet!
What, like Athena did to that devil shark?
Yeah, essentially. Oh, no, wait.
Did you know that in Aussie fish shops, you don't get your haddock or any of that? It's shark. You get shark.
Pretty sure the one that we saw was a megalodon. It's fucking huge.
Devil shark. Anyway, so announcements for tonight. We are not sponsored by, but we are supporting, I guess, a Kickstarter by our friends at Game Tea. They are a local-ish, Birmingham-based gaming creations company who do all sorts of wonderful things. They create shirts, dice, candles, all that sort of wonderful stuff. They have their latest Kickstarter going, the Coins of Wonder. 12 wondrous coins designed with love in England, with accompanying rules for instant use in your 5th edition campaign. Bring them to the table. Each has functional gameplay mechanics. You can use them to enhance play, captivate players, build narrative, and encourage powerful storytelling. The Kickstarter went live last Sunday, the 16th?
Close enough.
Just go with last Sunday.
Last Sunday.
No one knows what the date is anymore.
It's the 17th. Was last Sunday.
I think it's still March.
Today is the 22nd of May.
There you go. But
someone's a key worker.
They are over 8.5 times past their goals. If anything you do support will get you a reward. They've done phenomenally well. It took them about 6 minutes to get funded. Pretty impressive. Some of their coins include the coin of criticals, and the art on them is fucking gorgeous. So check them out. I have got them, so at some point they will be turning up in the campaign. So we'll watch out for those.
Dun, dun, dun.
Some sort of chaos and shit is going to happen with those. Might be the entire
More
campaign.
chaos than usual.
Sorry?
More than usual.
More than usual, yeah. But all sorts of things. They are beautifully made, beautifully designed. So check them out. Have a look. GameKey.co.uk and their Kickstarter. Have fun with that. And of course, usual reminder: support local businesses, particularly gaming stores and designers and all sorts of people who have not had the opportunity to sell their wares at things like conventions because of everything that's going on here. So have a look, chat to some of them and see what's going on.
Oh, yes. There's some stuff I've been thinking about buying. You've just given me a really good excuse to buy it.
What's that?
But supporting people that can't go to conventions and stuff.
Hmm.
Yeah. Comics, gaming stuff, yeah. I have to order it now. Luke told me to.
Yeah, that's you have been told. My persuasion modifier is quite high.
At least a +2.
At least a +2. And let's be honest, the DC was not high. Yes, so do that. It'll help people in this odd transition time that we find ourselves in. As Matt sent me a very bizarre Twitter post involving the rugby referee Nigel Owens. Thanks for that. You're welcome. I feel like I have to explain now.
Yeah. You could just let us use our imagination, but
you know what? I will. I'll let you worry that one out for yourself, or Google it. It's up to you. Anyway, we shall begin with episode 72 of Eat, Crit, and Survive. I know we're doing really well.
oh.
Where we last left off, the wandering stars had been plane hopping and found their way to the elemental plane of fire and the city of brass. After making themselves fugitive by murdering some guards, they found their way to a group of slave freers known as the Broken Links. You met with their patron after Kelatar had a hot and steamy night near where everyone else was having their own hot and steamy night, because you're in sewer in the city of Brass. And you found a fire giant who was scheming to overthrow the Ifriti rule of the City of Fire. So he was also problematic because he turned out to be the Scorch Lord within the Cult of the Void. You dispatched him and got burned for the privilege.
With great ease.
It then set about the house collapsing on you. As you escaped, you came across Shea Roywin.
Bitch.
Your, we'll say, long-term rival, bit of a bitch. But you dealt with her swiftly and managed to escape. She got seemingly fed up on you and dropped a fucking moon on you each. Defeated her and chose to escape to the next plane. Kelatar diving through without any sort of thought about where he was going. You found yourselves on an unknown plane, sheltered within some ice, and watched as a kraken swam underneath you with ice devils hunting mammoths.
All we needed was David Attenborough for a narrator. It would have been lovely.
Sorry?
All we needed was David Attenborough to narrate. It would have been a lovely documentary.
Yeah, you're fine.
And here we have the Kraken in its natural habitat under the ice.
We have the Kraken.
Unleash the Kraken.
Robust, frigid plains of the hells.
Are we just going to have a night of David Attenborough?
Yep.
Yes.
Swimming my way downtown.
I'm just going to base my next character's
And I'll
voice.
eat you.
No, we need to do a one shot where we're all David Attenborough inspired characters, and so every
I had the
like,
David
we need to go on a
Attenborough
quest, but
inspired
all of us
character
immediately stop and point at trees like, look at that rare Venetia guy, and it's amazing. And yeah, it just doesn't go anywhere. We just end up describing everything.
I did make a character once that was based
Isn't
on
that really
David
Luke's
Attenborough.
job, just to describe everything?
Well, I do now have to do it in a David Attenborough voice. As you wandered through.
You really don't have to.
Here we see the adventuring party in the 5th layer of the hells.
But
As
you
we
know what-
stupidly set up camp underneath the Kraken.
on top of the Kraken and its baby. But you escaped that plane, temporarily opening a portal to somewhere probably worse, and then camped down for another 5 hours while the hull recharged.
Oh, yeah.
You then used a connection with your friend in the elemental plane of air and summoned Gundamir to take you back to his home within the elemental plane of air. There you learned that Gundamir has somewhat of a tragic backstory.
Please tell me that was actually written down and not made up on the spot. I just want to have been sleeping on that for the last 6 months.
Oh, believe me, I've been holding on to that for so long in case you ask. But you found out a lot of things about Gundamir and stayed in his house. You leveled up and took a night's rest, apart from Asher, who was continuing to read, which is where you find her the next morning as you come down to breakfast. Asher, sort of groggily, reading a book with a pot of strong coffee next to her.
Asher, you all right?
Was it morning?
I mean, yes, most of us have slept.
Oh, well. Can't get a good enough.
I must say,
You know.
without sleep, you're still looking fabulous. So,
Yes, it must be morning. All this wood being thrown around. I think it's time for some breakfast.
throw it around.
Dunk.
Dunk. What do you think? What do you think Amazon does with it?
Throw it around.
As some of Gundamir's
No, no, no.
slaves are chopping wood in the background.
You sit down to breakfast, and some of the Gundamir's slaves wander in and provide you with a wonderful continental breakfast.
Which continent?
American.
Oh, so pancake.
A lot of pancakes, a lot of fruit.
Not Felician. I don't know what the consonant.
Fallacian.
Falician.
I don't want to have a Fallacian breakfast, thank you.
I don't have the
That's
peanut.
us.
If only George was here.
Kellisar's there.
Yeah, also true.
No, Fallacian cuisine is actually quite pleasant. Anyway,
Bit salty though.
It actually probably would be as well.
quite ricey. I don't really like that.
How's that?
Anyway, but breakfast is presented before you, and you may do as you wish.
Is Gundamir present in the room?
He's not at this particular moment in time. Why do you need to ask a question?
Does
Sorry?
Do you have a question for him?
Yes.
You can ask for him to be fetched.
I might just ask one of the slaves. Where's your master this morning?
What Gunther is at the market. He is getting some of the goods that we need for the day and some things that he is doing for his own projects.
I've recently
Very well.
Should be back within the hour.
Wait.
found out that I should find out the history about people who may be in slavery. Could you tell me your history, please?
Most importantly, what is your mother's name?
I do not know my mother's name. She was she died before I was born. Think about that for a moment and you can wander off.
Insight check.
Make an insight check.
I was joking, but sure. No, it's bad.
It raises a lot more questions because he could
Oh,
have
it's a 10 actually, but yeah.
he could have been born still, but then that would imply that no one else was around to tell him his mother's name, which then it raises questions about how he grew up.
In the wild.
I was born.
Wolves.
It's red bar wolves.
That's always raised by
No,
wolves.
no, this is the elemental plane of air. Eagles,
Oh,
please.
well, yes.
He was
Did
hatched.
you know there's actually real world instances of kids being born after the mother is dead?
Yeah, as I say, it's doable.
Yeah.
But it just raised more questions around how he's continued to stay alive. And we came to the conclusion of eagles, and I'm satisfied with that.
Seems perfectly logical.
I mean, that is kind of, yeah, there's a lot of Greek myth in there with the animals raising. Anyway, but food is had. Another hour passes. You can mark
While
your-
waiting,
Say the real question. What we have here is where are we going from here?
Sorry, Dom, you had a question that I spoke about.
I was just going to say, I have been meditating on the Gundamir situation overnight. I strongly believe we should free him once we've returned to the material plane.
I agree with that. I want to make sure we can return first.
Are there
I'd
any
like-
objections?
Not to freeing him at all. I
No.
would like, before we leave, to see if he's heard anything about any of the cult members who might be based here.
That
Yes,
makes
'cause there was
sense.
supposed to be a visionary here, wasn't there?
There is a visionary based here, and he has his captain and lieutenants, and we don't know anything about any of them, as far as I know, other than their code names.
What was the visionary's code name here?
It's the Master of Storms.
Makes sense, I suppose.
I'm happy going to me once we've finished with the cult.
Are we planning on potentially tackling this Master of the Storms?
I mean, we need to at some point. It's whether we want to do it now or go away and come back.
It just means I might review some of the spells available to me.
If we can locate them, it would make sense to deal with them before leaving the plane.
I'm going to look into my
I
spells.
agree.
Yeah, especially if we're about to let Gundmir free right after leaving here, we won't have an easy way to get back. I don't really like using that handkerchief. You know, God knows how many dimensions we'll have to roll through before we can get back here.
That is a good idea, though. We should take something from this plane with us, so if we wish to
Yes,
return,
try and take an
we use
anchor.
the handkerchief.
In order to use the well, I just need to be able to concentrate and focus better than I did the last time. It takes a lot of effort and power.
Does an anchor not help with that, Calatar?
Theoretically, well, yes, it makes it slightly easier, but still, it's quite. It needs a lot of magical being within me to. I need to be thoroughly charismatic.
I'm just thinking, like, he needs magical being in him. Is this a sex thing that he does to get, like, powered up?
I mean, it wouldn't hurt.
Well, it depends on.
I'll say it depends how you do it.
Brings a whole new meaning to a god rod.
So, when Gundamir returns, we shall ask him for any information.
I mean, if he has it, then I suppose we can pursue that.
We wait for Goodman to say, "Oh yeah, it's me."
They never say it's them. They attack us before they do. That just happened yesterday.
Okay.
All right, so you set them around and finish your wondrous meal, including your breakfast wine, which is light and fruity. There is a breakfast wine. Right. The Jinn do seem to like to have wine with a lot of their meals. They seem to be quite just opulent. Wine. Yeah, wine. But about an hour or so passes. A couple of things noticed though, Cedric, you in particular. Anna isn't here.
How long passed before we noticed? An hour?
Well, maybe 5. Well, it was sort of about half an hour before you start noticing. She could be a heavy sleeper. She's a follower of the god of dreams and sleep, so
Does
it's not unreasonable that she might be tired out.
I'll go.
Does someone want to go check on Anna?
I'll go. I'm quite happy to.
Does someone want to go with Kelatar to check on Anna?
Not gonna do it.
I go to the room where Anna went last night, I guess.
Okay.
At the start of the wood, and I knock on the door.
Knock on the door. No response.
The door locks.
No.
I open the door.
Open the door. There was a bed, unmade,
Okay.
and no one here.
Okay. Does it look like the bed's been slept in?
Yes.
Okay. I think I'm actually pressed the wrong button. Because all my high level spells are gone. And I will try and send a message.
Okay. Cast sending.
I will say, Anna, I hope you're okay. You have clearly spent the night in Gundamir's and have left. Just checking.
Lafon's manner is.
Is it interplanar? That
Sending works across planes, yeah.
my God, I didn't think that would work. 25 words, is it? Or
Yeah.
Up to 25 words.
Up to 25 words.
up to 25. Will respond in kind, saying, couldn't sleep while the stone was unattended. Returned home to investigate.
Love you, bye.
Sure.
Sure. Suddenly it's really dark.
Really dark.
Okay, I will take a moment to ponder this.
Mhm.
I will then return back downstairs.
Did you find her?
I didn't. I made contact though. She has gone home. She didn't like the idea of the stone that we took from the scorched lord being left unattended. So she has returned to her own plane.
It's a little rude to leave without saying goodbye.
Maybe she didn't want to break my heart.
She and
Maybe.
Asher were very close. She probably didn't want to say bye to her.
Yeah, they shared several personality traits.
Don't you think, Asher, you're being quite quiet right now? Are you not upset about Anna leaving?
I'm upset when all people leave without mentioning it, really.
I would have thought if anyone would know about this, it would be you.
Why would I know?
You seem to be close.
Well, just because two people are very close doesn't mean that one can't disappear after a challenging circumstance.
Lyra left me a letter. I'm just saying.
I suppose at least we know Anna should be safe.
I suppose she had very valid reason to leave as well. We don't know what that stone from the Scorched Lord was. I'd say the place where she has gone to investigate and look after that stone is of great importance, really. Roywin was angered enough to throw a moon at a building which she was in order to try and retrieve it.
Well, wherever she is, I can
Well,
keep
home is the plane of dreams, so
Wherever she may be.
wherever she may be.
wherever she may be.
Kelatar will see her in his dreams.
Who says anything about dreams?
Shortly after that, Gungamir does return from the market, his legs sort of swirling in the cloudy way that he often does when he's flying. Oh, good morning.
Doesn't that mean he's just been on the toilet?
Yeah, he's just been on the pooper. But the carrying a couple of bags and sort of floating. Goes, good morning. How is everyone? You look like shit, actually, if you don't mind me saying. You look like you haven't slept at all. Do you not like the beds?
It's more of can't sleep away from home, Miss those home comforts.
That is so unfortunate. You should have said I could have done something.
Good to me. How aware are you of what things happen within your house?
I mean, as aware as you would be in your own house.
You noticed Anna leaving at any point during the night?
I know. I was sleeping.
No worries. It's just she's gone home and I was just trying to ascertain when she left.
I imagine at some point in the night.
Thanks for that.
You're welcome. You had some breakfast, yeah?
Yeah.
Yes, it was very nice. Thank you.
Yeah, that is good.
Quite all right, quite all right. Well, if you don't mind, I'm going to put the shopping away, and if there's nothing else you can give me, I've got a few things I'd like to take care of.
we did have a few questions for you, Gundamir.
Yeah.
So we're sort of searching for some people, and we think there's a possibility some of them might be here on your home plane.
Right.
We don't know these people's names, but we have sort of code names for them. So just wondering if you'd heard of any of these people.
You can try me. I can see what happens. If
Or
you
if you think any of these names match a description of someone.
you can give it a go. I can see what I know.
So the main one is someone called the Master of Storms.
Master of Storms. I mean, this the elemental plane of airs. There's a lot of people who that might refer to. I don't think it would relate specifically towards the Zars. Look after the planes, the ones who rule over.
Sorry. Did you say the Zars?
Yes.
Right.
Why is that not a word you know?
No. It's a word I'm very familiar with, or vaguely familiar with from reading. So I just haven't heard it outside of the material plane.
We've got some of them are leaders something.
Oh no, it makes sense.
No, there. I mean, there could be someone. Let me do some research. Give me half an hour, and I will find something for you.
Should I tell you these other names, or do you want to just think about that one first?
Yeah, you might as well. There's no harm in it.
So the others I have are Blizzard.
This might be somewhere near the frozen, the frozen sea.
Argonaut.
Does he have a friend named Jason?
When you
He
say
has
that,
a friend.
he does look and
What, when I say that, or when Lyra says that?
when you say that.
Oh, I was making a joke.
You might be. There is someone who lives around, who's down by the, down at the Mr. Reach. That it goes by rides on the ship called the Argo. His name is Jason.
Okay.
Always love it when a joke doesn't actually make sense.
And
I-A-S-O-N, because that's how Jason was actually spelled in Greek times.
someone called Illuminated.
No, that doesn't really come to mind. Nothing on there. But I can have a look for this Master of Storms and see what comes up.
We'd very much appreciate it. Thank you.
It's not a problem. He goes off.
Can I just query, basically, did Gundar's speech pattern match when he's usually talking, or did it sound a little off? Like, I'm basically going for insight, but it's because the phrase he said, I'm curious as whether or not it matches. You know, when someone's lying and it would kind of come out slightly, like that. That's basically what I'm trying to insight.
Did his tone of voice change as if the question?
The question is,
more like how people
lie
when they're trying to come up with a lie is what I'm trying to get at. I kind of heard it in Luke's rendition. I thought, yeah, I'm curious actually.
Make an insight check.
Sorry, because I know you hate it when people are just like insight check. 21.
Yeah, 21. It seemed to me that he was genuinely attempting to draw the information out of his head, but he didn't necessarily have all the right information. He didn't want to give you the wrong stuff.
Okay, cool.
So he was trying to put it in a way that he's not 100% certain, and he didn't want to give you wrong avenues to go and follow.
Yeah, cool.
I'm be going up them wrong avenues.
And also, he's lying.
I wasn't going to until he like hears all the names and he's like, no, I'll just look up this one, and I'm like, why does that one matter?
Because Lyra said that's the main guy.
Did she?
Yeah.
Yes. It was like the first thing she said was, the main guy is. Unless you guys do anything in this sort of next half hour or so.
Can I get Bink up and running?
Yes, you can recast and summon Bink.
Cool.
Metallic, in what form?
Yeah, I'll stick with regular deer form.
Okay. The windy deer appears.
When Bink appears, Skeletor sheds a small tip.
Wait, oh, okay. Why?
Because Jumbo's dead.
Oh,
You got squashed.
do I see him sad about it?
Your passive perception? No.
Yeah, actually, good point. 13, that's not terrible.
It's literally just one deer.
Half an hour to an hour later, Gunther totters back and says, yeah, there is someone who does tend to go by the name of the Master of Storms. There is a giant who lives among these plains. He is one that is descended from the gods of your plane. Some of their blood runs through his veins. He is a bit of a shape changer. His name is Erisvalga.
Erisvalga.
Does that
Yes,
name mean anything to me?
Make a history check. Yes, Erisvalga. H-R-A-E.
Yeah. Get the spelling in before we start taking the piss out.
Hairy and vulgar. That's all I heard.
Erisvalga.
H-R-A.
E. S-V-E.
Yes.
P-E-N-I-S.
L-G-R. R-O-S-S-H-E-W.
I-T-T-I-I-I.
Play.
Erisvalga. And you think he sometimes goes by that name, the Master of Storms?
He's the person that best fits by it. He has unusual capabilities that he transforms himself into a rock and flies around. It's a bird, not a boulder.
I
Um,
just have this image of a flying rock.
So much cooler the other way.
he's got eyes that are violet, and his feathers often match his hair, which sort of sparkle with color. His beard is like a storm cloud, but he is an interesting fellow. He might be the person that you're looking for. I don't know.
Do you know him?
We have met at a couple of the singles clubs on a couple of occasions. He does not go for my team, as it turns out, but you know.
What do I know on storm giants?
Make a history check. Also, what was your score?
28.
28. No.
17?
Holy mother of God! Okay.
The only thing that you probably would know is that sometimes there are giants who are descended from gods. In fact, entire Jorvikian mythology does have that gods are indeed just giants that have passed down their lineage. So it's entirely possible that someone like that would exist.
All I can say to that roll and that piece of information is, oh, damn.
You're not from this plane.
No.
Sorry, Connor?
17.
17.
So storm giants in general.
You know that storm giants exist. Storm giants tend to be friendlier than other types of giant that you've come across.
Oh.
This one won't be.
Possibly not.
So this one we're talking to first.
Yeah. I mean, of the giant races, storm giants are probably one of the least evil.
Oh, well, maybe we should just go and find him and
We might be able to
politely ask him to stop doing what he's
reason. We
doing.
might be able to reason with him.
They are actually sometimes you've met a storm giant. In fact, Balgi, son of Balgi, son of Balgi, was a storm giant.
I thought it was a sea giant.
A sea giant.
It was a storm giant. He lived in the sea.
I was going to say he was under the sea because he crushed me.
But storm giants do live under the sea. Some of them. They create storms they create maelstroms and.
In the tiers of giant, where do they stand?
Usually on top of things.
Say they're like the top dogs.
Are they?
Not quite.
Not quite. They are below cloud giants. Actually, no. Storm giants are the top of the peak. It's cloud giant.
Near the top.
Yeah. Oof.
For a minute there, I thought it was genuinely going to be. It's like, right, so clouds are the highest in the sky, so they're the highest. Storm comes out of a cloud, so just below it, and you're just gonna and like Earth giants at the bottom because Earth is the lowest thing.
Well, not quite. It's hill, fire, stone, frost, cloud, storm.
Really, fire is below stone.
Yeah. Well, in terms of height.
Ah.
I'm on about in power.
You wouldn't know from that roll. You've only encountered.
I wouldn't know. No, I'm just like, if what are they benching? Yeah. Do you lift?
More than fire giants.
More than fire is what I'm going for. I don't really want to fight someone who I actually know could crush me. As a very strong person.
Yeah, no, storm giants are the strongest.
Holy shit.
Uh-oh.
We could just go have a friendly conversation.
Yes, we're the Wandering Stars, and we would like to talk.
We would like
A friendly conversation where one person walks up to them and the rest of us stay nice and far back.
Have you heard worse?
Do I know if they have a favorite type of flour or chocolate that they like? The one that favors them more.
You do not know that, but you
No,
don't
okay.
know if he's got any storm or cloud giant
So,
friends.
Connor, you're looking for favours.
Date him.
I'm looking to not get destroyed by someone. We barely walked out of a fire giant fight. Barely. And the healer's gone.
Yeah, whose fault is that?
Luke's.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got banishment on her.
Probably it's one way of getting her out.
Yeah.
Just so everyone knows, I've picked up a few more new spells for today. So I can summon a celestial beast. No, not celestial beast, just a bestial spirit. That's the other way around. That's the way I was trying to say. And I also picked up Zone of Truth. And I also picked up, what's it called? Bind? Bind. I think it's Bind, which stops flying things.
Earthbind.
I don't know if it's, is it called Earthbind? I thought it was just called
It is
Earthbind.
Earthbind.
Yeah, Bind.
The other thing that you probably should know about Hellsparker is that he is other known as the Corpse Swallower.
As what? Sorry?
The Corpse Swallower.
The Corpse Swallower.
Yeah.
That the giant dude.
Right, okay,
Yes.
we're definitely not fighting him.
Oh, he's not a bad guy.
Gundamir, why would you leave that last little bit out as an afterthought?
Well,
It's called burying the lead, Gundamir.
I'm sorry.
Have you thought of being a politician?
Do you know I have on a couple of occasions? I thought I'd be quite good at it.
And your vocabulary would work perfectly with it.
Oh, thank
Oh,
you.
he seems like a nice guy. Probably the most chatty of the giants. You should go and speak
By
to
the
him.
way,
Or, if you fuck it up, he might just, eat you.
For the record, Gundamir didn't tell you that information. That was information that you knew from your
Yes.
role.
We have discerned this information while chatting about it around a table, and it was almost like he was like, oh, by the way, he eats people as a hobby.
Corpses, slightly different.
Did you say corpse or cops? Because if he eats trees, then that's much nicer, sort of.
Cops are also ponies.
No, it's the corpse. It's the dead. He is the dead. I suppose I could apply to.
Well, if we don't die, there isn't a problem. In
Cedric,
fact,
that's a very bold question coming from you.
it also it also sounds like maybe it's a good thing. It's like the natural cycle of life, isn't it?
No, the natural cycle is
No one said he
return
killed.
back to the earth.
No one said he. Yes, you will, through his poop.
Gundamir, what does he do in the elemental plane of air? I mean, I understand he's powerful
people.
and eats corpses, but is there anything more to his day-to-day routine?
That's his job.
I hear he does yoga on Sundays.
He is a master baker, and as we all are, and I don't know. I haven't hung out with him.
No, fair enough. I
We
mean,
go bowling on Fridays. Like, what do
Going
you
back
want?
to the same team, it's unlikely that they're going to hang out.
What is a Friday?
I mean, we
It's
have his
the,
neck now. We could actually ask around the market while we do some shopping.
Day of rest.
I hear shopping session.
You know what's really good for shopping?
Mm.
Jorvik.
What, you could log on to the Tales Bar? I don't understand why you wouldn't want to meet him. He seems like a nice guy. He always gets all the beautiful women. Mostly because he picks them up and carries them away. But still, he gets them.
Maybe they just want to be swept off their feet.
That is a thing that literally happens here.
And into his mouth.
That's not so much.
No, he doesn't eat live things. He eats the corpses.
To be fair-
Nowhere in the description is it said that he kills things.
I'm fairly certain that he only kills the peoples who are trying to test themselves against him to get much of his treasure.
There you go. We're not testing him. We're just asking some polite questions. Just don't give him any money after asking the questions.
If we go with the talk first and see what happens, we might have
Always.
Do you know where he keeps his treasure?
He lives on a giant hut. Or lives in a giant hut. Somewhere towards on one of the highest peaks. It's sort of look out of the window. You'll see out there,
Over the rainbow.
right off in the distance. He points off to what would be north, but is difficult to discern in plain there. There is a very distant mountain that sort of sits just out of just floating on a rock, or in fact itself just floating in the air.
Gundamir, if he suddenly wasn't around for any particular reason, would things suddenly go awry socially in the plane of air, or would he not be missed?
I mean, he doesn't come down to to Arga that often. He could be missed. There might be people that like him. Not likely, but he is. He is. He does create a lot of winds out there. So it might be missed. Might make a difference. He does sometimes fly around to hunt as a rock.
At least we know where we're likely to find him if we decide to do so.
Is that all that you need from me, or can I go and do my things?
Oh, please do.
I think we've kept you long enough this morning.
Oh, there you go. I've got my novel to write, so excuse me. He floats off.
Please tell me his novel is not written about his own life, because that would be a wonderful yet horrifying read.
So go
I-
On with the wind.
Sorry, just before he goes, I would say, is there any reason we can't just walk to Akka and look around?
No, not at all. You can go there. Everyone's quite friendly. You just might need to watch your steps. There are some you have to be careful of some of the clouds. Sometimes they just stop, and then you've got a problem.
Do they have any kind of marking, like a double stripe or something?
Usually the clownpins will give you a warning.
Right. Okay.
So, they're like it's like traffic wardens. They will tell you where when it's safe to walk and not.
Right. Okay.
Right. Off to chapter 7. Disappears again.
What do we want to do?
I wouldn't mind going to the market. We can then just casually ask around about this fella, see if we can get any more information before we. I'm guessing we're all on the same page of going to see him.
There was
Oh.
a possible lead on his lieutenant. That may be an easier place to begin.
I think it'd be best to start with Jason rather than the big honcho himself.
Perhaps.
We
I
could
just
still
think
ask
with-
about
with-
them at the market.
I just think this man is supposedly descended from gods and sits atop all giants and
I think we need more
eats
information.
people.
And sorry, Asha, aren't you half angel?
Yes.
And
Yeah.
we fought a full demon before.
Yeah.
Devil.
Devil.
Yes, devil.
I always get them confused.
I wasn't there, but I know it was a devil.
Finding the half god.
Yeah, I mean, doesn't seem like it's that big a deal.
The gods are interesting in how they manifest themselves in mortals.
Technically, Asha isn't a demigod. She has celestial
I'm
powers.
like
for her.
the nephew of someone who knew a god.
Like,
It's like I knew someone who knew someone, and they said they saw a god, and that's at some point, and they can't describe it or say where they were.
I mean, to be fair, you have met Odin, so
Yeah, well, you
do
know,
better
that's
than
me.
that.
I've met loads of gods. I'm on about the people who birthed me. And I'm
Yeah.
like, "Ah!" And then I was like, yeah, Raven Queen, Athena, Artemis, Odin. Yeah, seen them all.
Those
Like,
guys, yeah.
Yeah.
Rocket.
Seen them. Not decided to fight one yet. But don't worry, guys. Fee says she's got this.
Nope.
I think asking around in the town about Mr. Yason might be a way of proceeding.
No one else think that asking people openly about him when apparently we're very well known to this group. Even more so now after what we just did. Openly asking people could draw very large amounts of unwanted attention to us.
What if?
By that thinking, we shouldn't go to the market either because we could be spotted.
We could be spotted. I'm all about returning somewhere safe. But if you guys believe that we can tackle this now, head on, then I'm with you all the way.
It's just a scouting mission. When has that ever gone wrong?
When has it
if
ever
we
gone
go
right,
around-
Cedric?
Like, if we go around asking as we have been, then yeah, it might get back to them. But who's to say this person? I mean, they're a notable person, or otherwise we wouldn't have found out about them. Why don't we just have me and Kelatar go around like we're girl/boy, and we're kind of crushing on him and maybe hoping to find out certain things about him. I mean, if we play it
I
off,
feel like fans might need to know a little bit more about him than we do.
I mean, or we could just say we've come here for the first time and we've heard he's well sexy and we just want to,
I mean,
see if he's single and, what he's into, stuff
I
like that.
feel like a better story might be that we're in need of travel by ship and we hear he has a ship.
Also a good one.
Well, that
I
cheese
am
died
a
off
good
from-
captain.
Very route one. I don't know. It's quite derivative of a sensible idea.
I know, right? Don't want to play
Boo.
a halfling.
How
with a-
about I turn into a bird and I go fly into his face and say, "What up, G?" a G's for genie or something. I don't know.
Watch yourself. I'm flying here.
I mean, presumably you've turned into a parrot, so you're able to talk.
You
While
got it right.
bird.
I'm gonna need someone else to say it. Like
You
that
can be a
before.
minor bird.
Turn into a bird that's bigger than him.
Like a
Peacock on
hawk.
it. Yeah, just peacock on it. Like, tiny rock.
Are you doing what on it?
Peacock.
Oh, right.
I don't know how big of a bird I can transform into, but I don't think big enough.
What if giant eagle? I think is the extent of what you.
What about a giant swan?
Turkeys are pretty intimidating.
I would look majestic.
Exactly. Majestic as fuck.
They look majestic when they're in the water.
And this is how I derail D&D campaigns.
Yeah.
We had a really good idea, and now we're on me flying
Swan.
into his face as a swan.
Giant swan.
Good idea. Swan. Bar graph of ideas.
It's Harry Biscuit.
Anyway, so yeah, you guys do what you're going to do.
Let's walk to town, have a look around.
All right.
Let's fantasize.
Gundamir's not acted like we're in immediate danger by walking around the town, has he?
No.
Like, he's not actively gone, you're going to die if you leave this place, so...
He's actually, he was anything, he was saying that, it's quite calm.
I put on my full armor. And my shield.
Oh, yeah.
My full armor is so I am not noticed.
I will be holding my shield as I walk around to make sure I get that juicy buff.
Ready? You make your way out, and you find yourself heading along the clouds, walking towards what would be considered the main soup of this area. It is a very open air, literally, marketplace. It's ringed by tall alabaster columns and very much Greek style. Very similar to some of the agoras that you've come across. But there are various merchants flogging their wares. They have rugs and carpets, tapestries, fine clothing, foods, beverages. A couple of people who are shouting out in both common and primordial, in Erin, that are showing off some of their magical wares and trying to get people to come and have a look at some of them. But for the most part, it is a normal bazaar. People are just wandering around, doing as they do. The only thing that you do have is that there are unusual smells coming from tanning vats that are to sort of the northwest area. But if anything, they only smell if you're within maybe 20 feet of them, and then the smell is swept away by the winds.
Do we see any potion shops?
Make a perception check.
Oh crap! I was hoping that was investigation. Not the
I
worst.
asked if you could see it.
Yeah, good point. 17.
17. There's a couple of alchemists that have a cart who are sort of sat there peddling their wares, sort of air ganassi type folks.
I will go up and try and buy some stuff.
Hello. What are you're trying to buy? What's going
Hi.
for one?
Just potions of healing. Do you have any?
Yes, we have some. We have a few. We have maybe a dozen of the normal ones.
Yeah, I'll basically. I mean, how much for all your stock?
We look at each other for a moment and sort of speak off in Erin, which of course you understand. So just say, "Let's buy all the stock." I'm not sure let's buy the stock. What do we do for the rest of the day? We've got to meet my mother. We are not going to your mother. Just the healing potions, or do you want everything?
Just healing.
Okay. Like the one that didn't want to go see the mother. See, we do not have to go see your mother. We've got enough people. We've got more potions. We have to sell them.
Let me just Let me just count how many healing potions I've
Yeah,
got.
I know, right? Yeah, you've only got about a dozen. Those will cost you 75 gold apiece. You just like you, we'll do them for 50 gold apiece.
Mm.
So 600 gold.
Yeah, sounds good. Great, thank you.
30.
And these are minors, are they? So I get a dozen minor potion healing, yeah?
Yes. I thought
It's standard.
Standard.
So I looked at Ross was giving me. I was like, "Are the numbers wrong on that one?" No, I haven't. I'm right.
It was the lovely discount that's
Yeah, I know, right? Is there anything else that you would like to have a look at? Would you maybe like to be resistant to thunder whilst we're here, or lightning?
I'm actually already resistant to those.
Also, fuck off.
Oh, that's
I kid, of course.
fair enough.
It is, it's what's joke? Yeah, joke between friends. Yeah, that.
Is that something common here for the inhabitants native to this plane to be resistant to things like thunder and lightning?
Yeah, quite often. I mean, you do get storms that blow clear through quite often. So you know, having things to protect the ears from big booms, always quite useful.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Are you going, or you're just going to stand here looking at us for a while?
Oh, sorry, yeah. V walks off.
Goodbye.
Bye.
You just
Thank you.
You just hear one of them just say, "We need to go and see my mother. She's very ill, and we need to." And that's all.
Hey, what did you buy?
Should have held on to some of the healing potions if the others ill.
Not like kind of ill.
Fee, I just saw you talking to two merchants. What did you buy, just out of interest?
Dozen healing potions.
Okay, I'm gonna ask this question without trying to sound too much like an asshole. Why?
Because I mean they're useful. We get hurt a lot and we need healing.
Okay, my next point on that one. I have a bag with a whole load of them. I have about 30.
Yeah, that doesn't really help when they're all in your bag, does
That's
it?
a good
It's not
point.
I have some in my bag.
Shall we hand them around a bit?
I'm quite happy to hand them around. It's just
No one's asked.
Please.
it never came up in conversation.
I will have some now if you don't mind.
Kelatar, was Kelatar actually there when Fee bought the insane amount of healing potions and then divvied them out to everyone bar Asher? No, bar Asher, who was the only person missing. So yes, Kelatar, you were there when Fee bought that many healing potions and then span them out. So he understands sharing things out.
That was a long-winded point to just going, let's share potions.
Kelsar also had.
I'm never going to say my mother.
Well, not your mother again.
Yeah, so who wants healing potions? Because you've now got apparently 42.
I quite like maybe a couple.
I've got 18 regular ones, so that can be 3 each.
Okay.
You say you've got 5, Ross.
I just say I'll have 5, but if we're sharing them more evenly, then that works.
I mean, I've got 12, makes it an even 30, and we split that among the 6 of us. Then we can 5 each.
Okay. Everyone has 5 potions of healing.
Oh my god.
I also have 8 greater.
I'll leave those to others.
I'd rather have the graters over the regulars.
I've got a greater and a superior of my own that I still haven't used.
Give your regular ones back, and I'll give you 5 greater ones.
Works for me.
So Kalatar now has 10 potions of healing and 3 greater. And Asher has 5 greaters.
Let me keep this free. Okay.
You just sort of stand in the middle of the soup, handing out potions to each other.
D&D Beyond's been quite slow.
I'd like to.
Yeah, I just noticed it.
Yeah.
I'd like to look around to see if there's anywhere that might sell magical weapons or armor.
Yes, I will go along.
Okay. Both of you make investigation checks then.
I said look around. I was hoping for a perception.
Yeah, well, this is my revenge. No, perception check's fine.
Come on. Stupid thing.
14.
14, okay.
26.
26, okay. Peter, you said you were doing this as well?
Yeah, I mean, I'll just follow. It's not like I can look around that easily.
Yeah.
Being
Fair enough.
I'll go with them as well.
All right. So, Lyra, your particular keen senses of looking out for various bits of weaponry, the main thing that you come across is right in the corner of the souk. There is an archery range set up and a couple of training dummies. There is a rather large, muscular, ripped air ganassi just sort of standing there with an Aarakocra female alongside them. You wander over and the ganassi says, "Good morning. What could I get for you?"
I'm just interested in any special arms or armaments you might have.
We have a number of great arms and armaments.
A number of what, sorry?
Great arms and armaments. The Aarakocra steps by and says, "I'm so sorry about him. He is not the most eloquent. He spends a lot of his time in the forge, as you may have noticed. We have, yes, we have a number of. What sort of arms and armaments are you looking at in particular?"
I tend to favour, I pull out the rapier, as a lighter blade such as this, which something along these lines might be interesting.
Okay, we don't necessarily carry too much in that regard, but we do have one of these, and she reaches around and pulls out a short sword. That's she unsheathes it, and it's an immaculately quality blade where you can see that's running along the crossguard itself is made of looks like it's made of a thundercloud. And sort of it actually looks like it's living. It sort of swirls around the hand as she sort of places hand in it. And if you wish to strike it, she speaks a command word. You just see as a pulse of energy passes along the blade. And if I use this, she takes a. You might want to stand back a moment. She swings it, and as she hits with the flat of the blade against the nearest training mannequin, there was a boom and a rumble of thunder that blasts the head off the mannequin.
Impressive.
So we call this the boom blades. Quite impressive. They are very well balanced. They are much better than your average. They do a little bit of. We've taken our inspiration from those who dabble in these armaments in the elemental plane of fire. I studied under a blacksmith there, and he taught me how to imbue it with elemental energy, and this one happens to have thunderous energy in there.
Very interesting. Do you like that, Foundling?
It looks an effective weapon, and I could certainly use it. I'm not sure if it would be more effective than my tonfas, though. If you had to rate the added ability of this short sword on a scale from 1 to 3, where would you put it?
Well, I mean, the quality of my work, I would put it a 10 out of 10, of course. But in terms of the enchantment that's put on it, it's in the greater circle of that enchantment that's been put upon it.
Okay.
Can I do an insight check to try and figure out what the hell that means?
It's a +3
make an
weapon.
insight check.
Unnatural 20.
It's a +2. Sorry, hang on. Let me do this in the right way. You get the sense that she has managed to craft the blade in such a way that it has surpassed the minor enchantments that would normally improve a blade to raise it up to the next level, almost as you have done with Shadow, with your Tonfas, that you have broached them into their secondary level of power. Not quite. You haven't reached the upper echelons yet.
Yes.
Or it's a fucking +2 weapon.
Yes. Yes. I don't think I would strike much more effectively with this than with the Tonfas, and I like the enchantments attached to these. If you wish to have this short sword for yourself, I would not wish to claim it.
It is quite beautiful. May I ask how much it would cost?
Of course. The blade itself would cost you 10,000 gold pieces.
My goodness.
It is. That's what very rare items cost, dickheads. Watch all of your faces.
I'm thinking I'm the only one who didn't flinch at that. I was like, yeah, that seems reasonable.
I thought that was a good price.
And I thought I had lots of money. I do not.
I mean,
Lyra, if you're a bit short on money, I
gonna
actually
say.
I
have an insane amount.
was going to say, I don't think you ever actually divided out how much
Oh, I
Cathedral
did.
has. Did you?
No, I did. Yeah.
Did everyone actually add that to their own numbers?
Asher was not
think I
there.
did.
Asher was
It's
never
when I
given
divvied out the potions at the same time. We had all the money in the potions, and everyone got an even amount, except maybe
Lyra wasn't there. That was when
Asher.
Yeah, it was.
No, you
Oh,
weren't.
that's when you were Trick.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Trick gave Lyra quite a bit of money when he left.
Did he? Oh, fair enough. That's convenient.
He did a sleight of hand check, and she
That's
didn't notice.
Oh, so she
But, he did do it.
presumably still doesn't know that there's actually a shit ton of money in her bag.
Well, she looks now, and she's like, right, I have more money than I thought, but I still don't have quite that much.
How short are you?
I'm not. I wasn't necessarily thinking of buying this for myself. I might look around. I'm looking for something in the way of a fairing, of a memento, perhaps. I was quite taken by the styling on this, but I'm sure I can find something within my budget.
What sort of thing are you looking for? Is there any particular enchantment or just the style that you're looking for?
More the style, I think, and I have to admit there's a certain novelty in an item that comes from this plane of existence.
Well, we do have a much lesser enchantment on this one. That's in the basic circle. It does much the same thing, but it's a much lower one. That would cost you maybe 3,500.
And presumably I can see that one as well.
Yes, it's very much the same. It's just not quite as. It's just the enchantment itself doesn't seem to be quite as strong. It's the sharpness of the blade is little lesser. Or if you're looking for something ranged, we do have the cloud bow that you could take a look at.
I would gladly take a look at that.
She pulls up this beautifully curved bow that is carved from a single white piece of oak or some other more flexible wood. But the way that it's designed does look like it is a cloud, and the string for it is almost imperceptible. This bow does accelerate any arrow that is fired from it. As well as giving you a bonus to your accuracy. But if you hit with it, you can, a number of times a day, you can accelerate one of your arrows to strike harder.
Fascinating. And how much is this amazing item?
This bow would cost you maybe around 6,000 gold. It is a long bow as well, not a short bow.
Yeah. If you don't mind, I'll think about it and maybe come back.
Well, we take no offence here. Obviously, your money is your own.
Thank you.
That's not a flattering position for you, Matt.
Harsh.
It was.
I mean, it was kind of.
Before we walk off, Fee wouldn't mind questioning. Do you have any items, not weapons, but maybe something that gives an enchantment of any sort? I don't use weapons myself, but I do like trinkets, as she points to like a headband, and obviously she's wearing the apparatus. So
We only really specialize in weapons and that sort of accompaniments. But if you go 8 stalls that way and then take a left, 2 stalls further down that way, there is a gnome there that might be able to help you.
thank you.
I'll follow Fee that way.
As will I.
As well, Cedric.
Yeah.
You pop her up and you find.
I like to think that Kalatar is just kind of wandering around, just.
If only it's just you and Dasher on your own together at last.
Already
Okay.
spoken for.
No, you go off and try and find him. You find this gnome sort of standing there going, come on, I got some interesting wares for you guys. So you want to come on and see these? Come on, I got these feather tokens, I got these abilities to fly, I've got the wind fan, I got all sorts of things. Come find yourselves here. Come along, come and see it, come on. What's around here? Come and have a look.
Come on. Ross, don't shake your head at that. It was awesome.
I'm just like, do we want to speak to someone who's talking like this? And actually, I've now changed my mind, and I think we should be here for about half an hour, just to really wear Luke's voice out.
I'm quite interested in looking at this stuff quite exhaustively.
Yeah.
That will take our break. No. Okay, you come past this gnome, and it is a slightly older gnome, a little bit of a pot belly, quite chunky fingers, but looks like he's spent a long time. You know, the reason why they're so chunky is because they're just covered in calluses from making things over a number of years. He sees you and goes, you're not from around here. You might be interested in this stuff. So, what can I do for you?
Basically just enchanted equipment. What have you got?
Well, I got this fan, and you can use it, and you can do this. And he swings his fan across, and a gust of wind flies out from the fan and clatters into the stall opposite him, blowing over a various pile of jams that were being stocked up in a pyramid. And the guy just turns and looks and goes, get back to stacking the jams.
People are more civil here than I thought they would be.
Yeah, I was really expecting a fight just then.
To be fair, I buy his stock when I break it. And he usually, it's more annoying than anything else because he makes them in unbreakable jars. He doesn't mind, do you, Gus?
Do you have anything less attack orientated, maybe more defense orientated?
Well, I mean, there's all sorts of things. I mean, I definitely got things for attacking. I got things for making you fly. You can fly around on these wings. This cloak that turns into wings. Or if you don't particularly want to spend a little bit of your focus concentrating on that, I've got this stick that can fly. I mean, broom, fabulous broom that you can fly on. Or if you're particularly interested, I've got these collectible tokens that you can turn. They're from various feathers. There's a swan feather. There's this one that looks like a boat. There's one that looks like a bird.
Is there one which looks like the feather that Cedric had before he died that one time?
Yes, there is. There are 2 of those.
And what do these tokens do?
So you can touch the token.
How much is this one? I just interrupt halfway through him discussing and point at the one which is in for.
A bird token. Yes. Well, you can throw that one into the air, and then it will turn into a giant rock.
I know.
Yep.
I want to know how much it costs.
For you, I will do it for 750 gold.
I will buy 2 of them.
Absolutely, my friend. That is 1,500 gold. Thank you for your custom.
It's 150 platinum.
Easy. I got like 3 grand of platinum.
Then you got this one, which is a swan boat. It turns into a boat shaped like a swan.
It's a pedalo.
It is a one pedalo.
Aww.
We may be interested in boats, but that doesn't look like it would suit our purpose. We've heard there's someone called Aeson around here who may be able to help us with a boat. Do you know anything about them?
Not around here, but if you want to find a boat, then you're probably best off heading towards the Mistral Reach. That's where the elemental plane of air brushes with the plane of water, and then you can sail on from there. You don't want to go the other way. You go the other way, you end up in the Great Conflagration. You're gonna burn.
How do we get to this sea place from here? Which direction do we travel?
Yeah, you could probably catch the winds.
Which direction?
I mean, towards it. There's like a bus station, I guess. I don't know.
Please can we make him think again?
Somewhere, I don't know. There's somewhere like I don't know. I don't know what they call it. It's some sort of travel map thing. You jump and then the winds take you.
Thank you.
But you say you're interested in boats. Well, this token, he picks up one which looks like an anchor. This one, if you attach it to a ship, that ship will not be moved by any means for 24 hours.
Not moved as in all directions. So theoretically, let's say it was on the ocean and the ocean suddenly disappeared. Would it
Literally cannot be moved by any means whatsoever.
Interesting.
It is in place.
Do you have a token that summons a large ship?
No, just this one. I mean, the boat, to be fair, the boat does some. It's 50 foot long, 20 foot wide.
Is this the swan one?
The swan one, yeah. It's self-propelled. I should warn you about that, but it does there. And it can carry up to 32 creatures about your size. Or smaller. But he's looking at Cedric when he says that, and then looks down at Kathina.
Yeah, sure. I'll take the anchor, the boat, and the broom.
All right. So 1,500 for one of each of the tokens, and then for the broom, that'll cost you another 1,000 gold. Thank you very much.
Do you have anything that enhances someone's defensive capabilities? Or possibly some of their personal attributes to make them better at something?
Well, I've got this old book. Might be able to help you. I don't know.
What book is it?
Well, this book is all about speed.
That sounds like
That sounds like it could be useful, but I've heard these are not always ready to be used. Is this one ready to be used?
I have no idea. It's been picked up recently. Someone sold it to me.
What price would you ask for it?
6,000.
I'm not willing to take that gamble.
You can get it checked out. You got a magic practitioner who can tell whether or not it's magical or not. I mean, that's not something that I can do, but if you want to get someone to look at it, if you think it's worth it, then by all means.
I don't have that much money.
Well, we might be willing to spot you a bit for that. Apparently, it sounds like it might be useful if it is
How much
ready.
money are you looking for?
I understand you've been dividing up some treasure you acquired earlier before I joined you, so I've not been taking a share of that. I scarcely have 1,500 gold.
Oh, let us pay for it. That'll be fine.
I would greatly appreciate it.
Yes,
Is anyone able to check whether this is ready to use before we do?
If we all stand pretty far away from Fee.
Very true. I can't remember what the spell is off the top of my head.
Oh,
Identify. Second
First
level.
level spell.
Is it first? That was second.
First level spell.
First of all.
Oh yeah, no, it's fine. They're only the ones that blow up, aren't they?
It's
Not ops.
yeah. I mean, I think there are attacks in it. I mean, you saw me try and use it for what do you call it? Absorb elements, and I cast Chaos Bolt instead. So.
Well, isn't this the one where you only fail if you roll a 2?
Happens
or a
way
three.
more often than what it should.
Yeah,
Don't worry.
If we
I'm sure
can
you've
make
got
sure
this. And
you
then
roll more than 2.
guidance.
all right. I'll cast Identify on it, or at least attempt to cast Identify on it.
Okay. You roll your Arcana check.
All right. How much does guidance give me? A D4, right?
Yeah.
Equal, yes.
Okay. Well, yeah, fine. 14 plus 1 plus 8. So yeah.
You have a look at it. It is ready to be used.
Ooh. Play cool.
Sorry, what is this item?
It is a manual of alacrity and speed.
Dex boost.
Oh, I already have that one.
No, that's the manual of gainful exercise or something like that.
No, I have a
This
manual of alacrity and speed.
This one literally does speed.
Oh wow. Okay.
Do we still have that magic item that can duplicate other magic items?
I don't think so.
You lost that a long time ago.
Yeah, I thought so.
You lost that when you died.
Yeah. All right. We'll take it. Any chance we can get a small discount, seeing I already bought a few other items?
Make a persuasion check. Also make a performance check to hide your ability to be approved by this item.
Right. This first roll, which one do you want it for?
Well, I said the persuasion first of all.
Okay, so that'll be a lot. 25. I have a plus 8, so yeah. And performance, same number again, but not as good a mod. 21.
21? I mean, I can maybe $5,000.
Oh, thank you. That'd be lovely.
Just $5,000.
$5,000.
Yeah, he just knocked like 1/6 the price off. You know,
Did he say
15.
£600, 600 gold before?
No,
No,
6,000.
6,000.
You're thinking in platinum, Ross.
Rewind the tape.
You're the only one who heard 100.
You're also the only one with access to the tape.
Yeah. I will be rewinding the tape. And I'll be coming for you, Luke, with my lawyers.
You can speak to my lawyers, and my lawyers are damned. Anyway, now you know 5,000.
Yeah.
5,000 from party funds.
No, just fee. I got this. Seriously, she's minted. I'm looking for things to throw away the money on. So.
Oh, Dom disappeared.
He's just
So-
flabbergasted by all of the generosity from the party.
All right. So you
Sir,
can,
I'm back.
Oh, good.
Sorry about
all right, yes, you were going to ask a question, Tom.
Sir, do you have anything that's more sort of trivial, something decorative or just interesting?
I mean, there's this, and he picks up this quite ornate-looking horn that sort of is decorated with clouds and flashes of lightning coming out of it, sort of bronze-coloured and engraved. This is the horn of blasting. You can blow into it and say the command word, and it'll emit a cone of thunderous energy that is heard from 600 feet away. 600 miles away.
Whoa!
And if you're inside the cone, then you might be deafened. It's pretty loud. And
It
if
looks
they're
quite small to be inside.
inside the cone, not inside the horn,
Right, sorry.
then it's a good thing to have as decorative because it does have a chance that it might explode.
Ah, interesting.
Backlash, thunder,
I'm just going to grab Lyra and quickly pull her for a second before she continues and just whisper to her, do you think we might get a stronger connection with something that's like an art, like a relic, an old artifact that's been here for a long time, rather than something newly crafted here?
I hadn't thought of that, to be honest.
Go to an antique shop, we might come back with something that's been here for hundreds of years that probably anchors better.
I don't know. This thing looks pretty ancient itself, to me at least. I'm not a judge of such things. We need someone who's a good judge of antiquities and objets d'art.
Or maybe just someone who's really old.
We're just going to carry around an old Air Ganassi with us all the time, just in case.
You go and find that the alchemist's mother.
Whoever we end up killing here, we just take a bit of their corpse with us.
How much would you charge for the Horn of Blasting?
I'd say 2,000.
What do you think, Fee?
Yeah, sure, might as well. Oh, before we buy it though, how old is this item? Was it recently crafted, or is it something that's been passed around for a while?
I mean, this is it's something that I've had for a while, maybe 100 years or so.
Oh, nice. Okay, yep, grab that. Was it 200? You said 2,000? Sorry.
2,000. Don't try haggling.
No, you've already done us a deal. Thank you.
All right. So yeah, so Dom, you now have the manual of alacrity and speed. What that does is you read it, same deal as the other books. Over a period of 48 hours, your speed increases by 10 feet, and you get a bonus to your initiative equal to half your proficiency bonus.
Welcome to the club.
It then loses magic, but it regains it in 50 years.
We could. Oh no! If only we still had Trick. We could have swapped my old one with the new one. Just give him an old switcheroo, because mine's used up. So it needs another 49 years and 8 months.
Oh. Anything else you guys are doing?
I'm not sure about the horn. I might think again. Although I do think I'd like to buy a jar of jam.
I'm buying a pastry.
You buy a pastry. I'll come to you in a minute. All right, you turn around and turn to Gus. He's like, yes, would you like to buy some of the jam?
A jar of jam sounds lovely, thank you.
What flavour would you like?
What flavours do you have?
Oh, we've got the usual strawberry, raspberry, blueberry, yingong. We've got boysenberry. It's very delicious. Gooseberry, apricot. What sort of flavour do you have? Do you want one which is native to the land?
Yes, please. Something native to here sounds fascinating.
You would probably like this then. And he slides over this sort of deep purple jam that he says, that is cyclone berry.
Cyclone berry?
Cyclone berry, yeah.
Sounds wonderful.
Does not blow away if you will. It's a little bit sharp. It's quite a sharp jam. But it goes very well in pastries and cakes.
And how much is this?
Oh, I just fit 5 silver pieces.
Very good. Here you go.
Thank you.
I actually have some silver pieces.
And you now have some jam. Kelatar, are you and Asher wandering around together? You separately?
Oh, we'll just chill out together. Why not?
All right, you two are wandering around and buying pastries. You get like a cinnamon whirl, but it has got this cyclone jam in it. You bite into it. It is very sharp, but it is quite delicious.
How much for 2?
Like 4 copper pieces.
Cool. I will buy 2, and I will pass 1 to Asher.
Okay, you can have your pastries.
Right.
Because you have to.
Cute date.
5 copper.
Of copper,
Right,
yes.
okay, so take off 1 copper and have back 95 copper.
Give them a platinum and ask for change.
Oh, don't be one of those people.
What a dick move.
That's like going here. That'll be £1.50 for that Twix. Here's a £50 note.
I have had to do that before, like I brought KFC or something. It was like,
Tommy, you're a dick.
And they go, "You got anything small?" And you go, "No."
snack box, please.
Anyway,
No.
as the two of you are just sort of wandering around, looking at various things, there's a very forlorn-looking flower stall owner who has got there, and this is clearly their first time trading in the elemental plane of air because a lot of their stock is looking very winsome.
It's just blown apart.
And he's sort of standing there going, look like you're a little bit frustrated. Make a perception check, both of you, please.
Ooh, perception. I'm good at that.
I'm not that.
Wisdom check. We're birds.
I'm better at other things. 15.
15?
Ooh, I got 19 on the dice. It's 26.
Ooh, 26. Okay. Galatar, you are distracted by a series of different birds that are seemingly in a sort of outdoor petting zoo type arrangement. Okay. It sort of draws your eye. And it's very bizarre to see, a bunch of birds not flying, but just walking around. And it's sort of like, instead of seeing like cats wandering around the street, every so often you just see a bird just sort of pottering past. And it's not like a chicken or anything. It's something like an eagle, but it's just walking past you.
Tell me there were penguins flying.
There are no penguins.
Oh.
It's wrong. Too close to the red conflagration. And then you're sort of watching these pop around. Occasionally, every so often, you just see a bird just fly overhead. And very nice for you to see. Asher, as you're looking, you sort of see these birds as well, and you're sort of keeping an eye on things. Your natural instinct to keep an eye out on just everything that's happening. Your head is drawn slightly, about maybe 50 to 60 feet away. There is a male elf who is purchasing dinner, seemingly.
Does he look familiar?
You don't see him.
Is it Ulrion?
You can't tell. You can't see his face. He's paying for this hamper, essentially, that he then carries off and wanders off.
Less than half HP.
So again,
No
your audio went
rage.
completely. Your audio went completely.
I think he said
I
something about
said-
raging.
I'm at less than half HP. No spells. But I do have a rage.
He does have a rage.
Rage through a mark.
This is
I would like to see if this is my good buddy Ulrion.
Are you following them?
I would like to see if this is Ulrion.
You can't see. He is walking away from you.
Yeah, I would like. I follow.
Okay.
I want to find out.
You follow him. You let Kalatar know what you're doing. Kalatar's just watching birds. And the avian kind, not his usual kind.
No,
Okay, so you just wander off and leave Kalatar looking at birds.
no, because I don't think. Oh, reason being is I don't think Ulrion has seen me in full armor.
Ah,
So right now with a helm on, I'm unrecognizable.
that's true. Have you got your regular helm on, or have you got your golden shiny helm?
My regular helm, which is a full
Okay.
face.
Yeah, the feline mask. Okay. You sort of close the visor and you start wandering, following. Make a stealth check to see if you get away from Kalatar, which it will be a disadvantage because it's full plate. Just what's your passive perception, Kalatar? I think it's like 16, 18.
That'd be a 10.
10. Kalatar, you notice as she starts walking off.
Can I detect if there's anything she's kind of going for, given that she said nothing and just started walking?
Make an insight check.
Insight.
Yes, because you're discerning what her motive is.
Oh no, that's not that page. Inside. Hey, 19.
19. You get the sense that she is suddenly, the visor has come down, which you've not seen her drop that before. So whether this is some sort of stealth mission that she is going off for, you're not quite sure.
Okay,
But obviously something has taken her attention.
I will let her get sort of 10, 15 feet in front of me, and then I will start following.
Okay, you start following as well. Watchers. Okay. The guy takes a left and sort of heads, looking like he's leaving the market, carrying his basket. You come around the store, you can still see him walking. Takes a set of stairs leading up towards what looks to be a sort of a resting picnic area. And keep following.
Is he carrying a blade?
He has got one sheath at his hip, yeah.
Is it the one I would recognise as being the moon blade, which cut me down quite easily before?
It's sheathed, so you don't know. But he makes his way upstairs and comes to a sort of picnic area and sits underneath the tree with his back up against the tree and starts opening the picnic basket and taking various bits out. You're getting a few strange looks now, Asher, as you're sort of standing in this.
Oh, like if he goes and sits down, I just kind of like want to walk like in front of him and carry on walking nonchalantly, but I need to identify him.
Make a performance check for nonchalance.
Oh, I nonchalant really well. A natural 20.
Okay.
Got an 18.
You walk past. You look around, your helm down. Do a quick look, make a perception check. Disadvantage because you do have your helm down, and obviously the visor does restrict your view a little bit.
Yeah, okay. So that is an unnatural 20 or spinning. 17.
17. Okay. Look over your shoulder. It is him.
Dun, dun, dun.
And he's just eating a picnic
Just having a
without
picnic.
a care in a world.
Yeah.
Like a psychopath.
We should just sample that and put it over videos of people like all those people that like went to the beach.
Just on the beach, having
Like a
fun,
psychopath.
like the fucking psychopaths they are.
At that point, he speaks and says, "I'm so sorry. Would you mind just moving a little bit to your right? I'm just trying to capturing the scene. It's I've never been here before."
Am I close enough to hear this?
Yeah.
Do I recognise the voice?
Yes. Within 10 feet, because you were following 10 feet behind her. So you're basically the other side of the tree. Do you do anything, Asher, or are you standing there?
I draw Shadowfang and summon 2 direwolves.
I pull out a dagger and come round the tree.
Okay.
And just kind of go, one false move and this all ends badly.
For mainly me. I'm incredibly weak at the moment.
You've got the 2 wolves, and you're just staring through the walls. There's a few general civilians that are just standing around you, and start to scatter quickly, sort of leaving behind their own picnics and just rushing away.
While I'm holding him, I will just kind of go, guys, we've got a situation in a picnic area. Follow a screaming crowd. And I will message.
And at which point, my armor will peel back into the ring, and unless anything he wants to do within the next 2 seconds, I'm gonna try and behead him with a rage.
Okay. As
Oh,
you
God.
you slam your hand against the armor to shrink it back in. He thinks a moment and says, "Oceanus tamer in the sea of ice." And I need to roll an Arcana check.
Counterspell. I haven't got it, but
It's fun to say,
Damn it,
though.
Skeleton.
It's really fun to say.
I thought it worked last campaign at various points. So.
Well, fuck.
I'm hoping he's rolled, though.
Can you roll for me a percentile dice, please?
Who?
Matt.
Percentile.
Yes.
13.
13. Okay.
Where do I go? Uh-oh.
Just double check this.
Just couldn't wait 2 seconds for the rest of the pie to rock up.
No.
As he says this, there is a flash of energy that surrounds all 5 of you that are standing there, including the 2 walls
That's
and
right then. Just me.
as well as the tree, the picnic basket, suddenly vanish, and you are suddenly surrounded by snow and ice. There is there's a massive snowstorm going around which cuts your visibility by a good significant amount. But there's now a tree and a picnic basket, and you are in this snowy area where there is nothing around you. And that's what we'll take a break.
The fuck?
I love how Asher, like every other one of Connor's character, has no like subtlety or like patience. It's like, nope, I gotta behead this guy immediately.
There are 2 people. There are 2 people on the fucking list where that happens. One is a beholder,
Which
No,
is
there is-
difficult to behead.
and one is him. They are
I'm
the
probably sure.
only 2 people in Ash's current state that is worthy of a rage.
Yep.
If it had been the big storm giant guy, I wouldn't even bothered.
But because it was him. Or is him.
The fact he was eating a picnic. Picnic.
It's like, that's the bit you're really taking issue with, isn't it? Just kind of-
He was so chilled out about what was going on around him. A picnic. I bet it'd have been real nice as well. But I could have spent a lot of money on that picnic.
Connor, do you want to make it worse? It's a
Now
brunch.
it's cold.
It's a brunch picnic.
Oh, this motherfucker's gonna die.
Oh, seconds. It's 11s.
So yeah, so we'll come back in about 15 minutes. Just chance to get drinks and for Connor and Matt to realise what the fuck we've done. So we'll be back in 15 minutes, and we'll.
I've made a
see you then.
boo-boo.
See you in a bit.
Yeah.
And we're good. Time to sigh perfectly.
And we are back. So, as you are standing in this blowing, frosty, whatever the hell it is, I need for Kelatar and Asher to roll initiative. Okay.
Ah. Oh. Ooh.
But I'm still going before you.
I bet you are too, but this is a very good roll for Asher.
Do the wolves go on Ashes then?
I believe so, unless the conjure beast thing specifies otherwise, Con.
Sorry, what was that?
Conjure animals, does it specify that the wolves have their own initiative?
I will check Shadowfang. I believe it just states the spell. It does not say on the sword.
It'll be in the spell itself. We'll double check then. Conjure what? Conjured animals, I think.
If it's conjure animals, you roll initiative for the summoned creatures as a group.
Then conjure animals or conjured. Yeah, conjure animals. I think. Well, conjure animals or conjure woodland beings. Either way, it's
yeah.
the same.
Roll initiative.
Roll initiative for them separately, Connor.
It's
Okay.
conjure animals. Okay, let me just add them as extras. Give me a hot minute. Category.
Oh, we do this.
They're beasts, aren't they?
All right, 25 to 20.
21.
Oh, wrong goes first.
Damn.
20.
20 for Asher.
Damn.
What do the wolves get?
Yeah. The wolves. I'm just checking their.
I think it's like
Why do I not have a stat sheet?
I think it's +2.
Wolf. Just gives me the check. +2. Hang on, I'll just roll a dice for it then. 19.
19.
Roll a 17 on a dice.
Everyone's
Whoa,
ready for
damn
this.
quick.
Okay. Orion is up first. He is going to put down the morsel of food he was about to eat. Is going to cast haste on himself and draw the blade. As he does, he vanishes from your hand, jumps up and appears behind Asher, slashing a blade at the back of her neck with vantage.
Unlock on that.
Okay. I have to roll them again because I rolled them twice, so it's a straight roll.
I wouldn't bother with that, mate, because I'm not wearing any armor.
Yeah. However, that was a natural 20.
Oh, fair enough.
As he swings the sword, it completely cleaves the back of Ashley. You actually see it, Keltar, pass through her neck and her head fall to the ground. The wolves instantly vanish. And he looks and he goes, "Didn't want it to be this way." And he vanishes into the snow. So Asher is dead.
Even with unlock on it?
Yeah, well, because he had advantage, because he's a ranger, and I rolled a natural 20.
The unlock somehow made it worse
It
because it
works.
re-rolled into a crit.
Yeah, because I rolled both of them and they were both 19s, and then I had to re-roll and it was a 20.
Oh, damn.
What are you doing, Galatar?
I am rushing up to Anna and Asher, and her head. And you know that scene from the very first episode of Blackadder,
Yes.
where they put the head back on and just can't start swinging the arms, trying. Yeah. Oh damn. I am cradling.
Yep. Are you doing anything else, or
What I can do?
what? Like, are you going to? Like, you've got things you can do. They're just not necessarily going to help in this instance. Or whether there's things you can do that will take you elsewhere.
Well, I would definitely be kind of flick.
Okay. Roll a d20. Roll. Where are you trying to get to?
I don't even know. Jorvik.
Oh.
Trying to get to Jorvik? Anywhere specific in Jorvik?
What I know.
And Alfheim. You spent a lot of time in Alfheim.
The only reason for thinking that, Ross, is I think I can get back there easier than getting back to
Yeah,
you.
I figured afterwards. Also, you could say that Asher got a little in over her head.
Ross,
Too soon, man. Too soon.
So roll. What are you focusing on? So other than just fucking get there.
Shatterfang is linked to Jorvik.
I mean, I would know that. I will be kind of,
Okay.
yeah, Shatterfang.
Anyway, are you going anywhere specific in Alfheim?
No,
Are you
just
somewhere in Alfheim.
somewhere in Alfheim. I just want to get there.
Okay. You open the well of the worlds and you slam it, you thrust it out into the snow. You see it almost catch and expand before it falls into the snow. Roll up. This will be a charisma check with advantage because you're fucking panicking.
Do you not even have like revivify?
Revivify doesn't work if you've been beheaded.
I don't know.
And no, I've got rid of it.
You've got raised dead.
I've got a different spell.
Got raised dead, and that also doesn't work if you've been beheaded.
Oh, bollocks.
What did you roll?
15.
15.
10 and a 5.
Oh man, this is going to be weekend at Burnage. You're just going to go on a road trip with the corpse
you-
of Asher.
Flick it out with tears in your eyes. You grab Asher and you roll into the holes. You roll straight out the other side.
I will make sure that I grab all of.
Yeah, all of Asher and her things. You roll just through, and it's dark here and gloomy. The snow flows through. Sorry, just there. The snow is flowing through and upwards and causing a sort of spiraling snowstorm. There is darkness, there is greys. There is not a lot that you can see here, other than a few humanoid shapes that sort of ambling around, not really doing much of anything. There is a dark river that flows, and off in the distance you can see that there is a massive ship.
Oh no. Can I gather up some of the snow that's coming through
Yes?
and basically hack the two ends effectively?
Yes? What are you putting the head in the bag of holding or something?
No. I'm literally just kind of compressing snow up against the bottom of the neck.
Okay, yeah.
Top and bottom.
Okay.
What do the figures look like?
Make a perception check.
Oh, now you roll it. 21.
21, okay. You see them sort of shambling around. It's an interesting mix because they look like they are dead.
Mm-hmm.
But the way that some of them have died, there's a few that have got arrows sticking out of their back. There's a couple that sort of shuffle along as if they are old.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of like Maester Aim, not Maester Aim, but sort of the
Mr. Pysa.
Grand Maester Pycelle, sort of shuffling. They seem undead. They seem to be sort of slowly making their way towards this large ship that you see.
Any passing us paying attention to us?
Not at the moment.
I
One to sort of stop and go and look at the snow that is falling, and then and sort of seems to move off faster. And you can sort of see that around one of their fingers as they're going falls off, and you kind of deduce that person may have died of frostbite.
I will collect up
Mhm.
the thing.
And hope.
Oh, bollocks. 7.
Oh no.
Almost as bad as it could be.
Yep.
I will then grab
Just gonna get comfortable.
the ring,
Yeah.
my
Tongue's ring.
tongue's ring, and I will instinctively set it off.
Mhm.
And I will say to the nearest thing, please, I need some help. Not even kind of looking, I just say it.
One suddenly appears right next to you, sort of kneeling next to it. There's not much we can do here, I'm afraid.
Please, just
This person, you look at him, he looks like he is dead, but he looks a lot more full of life.
I'm sorry, but I'm kind of freaking out, if I'm completely honest. I don't really know what's just happened, where I was, where I am. I frankly don't really know who I am, let alone anything else that's going on right now.
Well, I can't necessarily help you with that, with this. Although your friend would be in the right place, I suppose. No, I don't think so. She looks like she fell in battle.
I wouldn't necessarily say it was a battle. It lasted for all of 3 seconds. If that.
Well, it seems a better way to go than by mistletoe.
I'm not even going to question that.
It's a long story.
Maybe at some point you can tell me it. But first, answer me one question.
Sorry, Tom has just realised who I'm talking about, and
Where am I?
you're in Helheim.
Right. I now actually look up at this figure.
Although he looks like he's a little bit sunken in the cheeks, a little bit emaciated, he does actually look good. Like, you definitely would. He is handsome, he is smiling.
He's also dead.
He's smiling, he's just looking down, kind of, calmly. Sort of a bit of a
Oh, I'm glad he's calm.
red beard, quite thick red beard, and sort of reddish hair flowing down his back. You can just see that in his chest is a dart made of mistletoe.
Fair enough. What happens now?
Well, it depends what you want to do. If you're going to resign yourself to where you are, you might want to cut your nails and burn them. Otherwise, you're going to get enslaved by that. He points at the ship.
Right, okay. Frankly, I don't want to stay here.
And that's fair.
Frankly, I don't want to leave her here either.
No. Well, he looks at her for a moment. May I?
If there's anything you can...
Press his hand. And as he does, there's sort of like a pulse of warm summer energy that pushes out of his hand. Huh. It's one of my father's. Interesting. Yes, Tom.
Yes.
Tom just sent me a message and just going, yes.
I think I know what's going on as well.
Well, she's one of my fathers, then someone would be coming for her, I would have thought. And if you want dying here, she is preserved at least. You won't decay. You could try and get out. There are ways out.
What's Asher got on her?
Colin, what have you got on you?
You're muted in several ways.
Yeah, I know, several ways. Are you looking to loot me?
Not loots as such.
Shatterfang, Belt of Fire Giant Strength, Helm of Brilliance, Manual of Alacrity and Speed. What do you mean? Are you asking for money?
No. Not at all. I wouldn't even consider it.
I would.
There's a lot of money. What do you want?
Okay, I'm going to take the helm that Asher was wearing off.
Yeah.
I'm going to put the helm of brilliance on
Mhm.
her.
Okay.
I'm basically going to remove all possessions apart from Shatterfang.
Okay.
I have a handy haversack.
So-
I have a handy haversack which pretty much has everything in it.
I will take everything
Mhm.
apart from Shatterfang.
Yep.
And I will lay it
Grosser.
down
Yep.
down Asher's body.
Okay.
I will turn to this person.
Gentlemen. Yeah.
Please.
What did he walk like when he arrived?
Sorry?
What did he walk like?
What do you mean, what did he walk like? He just appeared.
He just appeared. So
Yeah.
I was wondering if you would describe his gait.
No, I didn't think I would today. That's a joke
Oh,
for about 6 people.
Okay, yes. Well done, Tom.
Not my joke. Sorry.
Please do everything you can to get her where she rightfully belongs.
Oh, I can't go anywhere. I'm cursed to live here forever.
That's wasn't really what I was saying. You seem to know more about Asher than I do. So I'm sure you can find a way of getting her or finding the place of rest that she deserves for all that she's done in her life.
And what are you doing?
I am getting out of here. I owe it to her, and I owe it to my friends to get home and to finish what's been started.
He looks at you curiously. You have no intent to try and bring her back?
Frankly, given the position that she's in, I'm not sure there's a lot that I can do. If you have any other ideas or information as to what I could, please don't hold anything back. Just tell me.
Well, from what I know, there are magics that can bring someone back from this level of inconvenience. They don't necessarily come back the same as they once were, but I feel at this point you would quite happily have her alive than anything else.
I would have her alive in any form that she comes in. I would prefer it if she came back as she already was.
Well, in which case you're probably going to need her head. Or at least some of her. You don't need all of her to bring her back. If you can find a master of some of the natural arts, they can reincarnate a body. Or you can certainly find...
Is there
double check something?
any way that I could transport all of her?
He looks at the haversack. I mean, or you could carry her. You could wait until your method of getting here recovers.
I'm going to be here a long time. I don't frankly want to wait that long.
Oh, I don't know. We can share stories. People won't bother you if you're here with me.
Get me to somewhere safe. Somewhere where I can spend some time to get some thoughts together and
Yeah, well, come with me. We'll Can find somewhere to speak. And he stands up, stretches, and reaches up Mayor,
Please.
picks up Masha.
You're probably stronger than I am.
Well, it takes a great deal of strength to bring someone's friend here in this state and to not go completely insane.
You have no idea how close I am.
My name's Balder, by the way. Extends a hand,
Yeah.
shakes it. Well, let's go find somewhere where the dogs won't find us. You set off, and you go and have a sit down somewhere. Meanwhile, the rest of you, whilst Matt goes into some sort of crisis, the rest of you hear the message from Kalatar and the sudden shout and the panic of people rushing away from a picnic area.
We'll head towards where the people are running from.
Yeah,
Okay.
100%.
Yeah, you start rushing. You can see that there is a tall tree that is sat on the island. As you get rushing towards there is a flash of light, and the tree drops.
So like only the trunk went with it?
Seemingly.
Okay.
And as you totter up, there is essentially a small crater where the top of the tree has fallen into. You're right, mate.
Yeah.
Do you moment?
No, keep going.
Okay. And Kalatar and Asher are nowhere to be seen.
Oh, this is bad. This is really, really bad. This is bad. This is bad. This is bad. This is bad.
I'll cast Locate Creature and try pinpoint Kalatar.
Okay. You do. There is no response.
They are not within at least 1,000 feet.
Why could they have come so quickly?
V, can you cast Sending?
You muted, Jared.
Stand back.
Yes, let me just check. And she flips through her grimoire. Yes, yes, I can.
Can you? I don't think you could.
Hang on. Yeah, let me just check. I must have. No, yeah, okay, I'm wrong again. Hang on. Give me a sec. I've got Don Johns in front of me for checking the full spell list.
And I've got the book and I'm looking at it. Sorcerers do not have it on their spell list.
Yeah, they don't have it. No, sorry, I can't. Only message.
If he's not within 1,000 feet, then message isn't going to work, is it?
Hmm. Luke, would you say from seeing the crater and what would seem like a bunch of branches from the top of a tree just all sitting there, would you say it's relatively simple for us to conclude that that space was teleported?
I mean, make an Arcana check.
Oh yeah, 21.
Yeah, this looks like something has happened to, just take away the space that was here and everything that was around it. It's like it's quite a shallow crater, but
Would I know of any magic for tracking that or like I do have like what is it? The thing that allows you to see magic auras, but I doubt that's
Detect magic?
applicable. Sorry?
Detect magic?
Yeah, detect magic, sorry, yeah. But would Fee know of any other spells that could possibly be more useful? Because I doubt that'll actually do anything.
no, there isn't. You wouldn't know.
I do, however.
The only magic that can locate creatures over distances is the scrying spell, which Kafina doesn't have access to.
No, but I do, thanks to Thingy, have. It sucks. My wife's got my phone at the moment, but I've Contrivance gave me access to, I believe, the divination spell.
Divination spell. Which divination spell?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to remember because, like I said, I don't have my phone now. I believe it's level 4. The spell divination.
It was actually is called divination.
It's called divination, yeah. I knew it was a level 4 spell, and I was almost certain it was called divination, but yeah. Your magic and an offering put you in contact with a god or god's servant. You ask a single question concerning a specific goal, event, or activity to occur within 7 days. Yeah, so it's more about seeing the future. I remembered that it's you ask gods something, and I thought maybe I could just ask them where the heck they are.
Yeah, you have to ask a question concerning a specific goal, event, or activity to occur within 7 days. So you could phrase it in such a way of, where would I find people? You could phrase it in such a way.
Yeah, okay. 4th level's risky. So yeah, Fee's flipping through her book manically, and she gets to the stuck-in pages from the contrivance at the back, and she's like, "Oh, this might work. I might be able to contact Hephaestus and maybe ask a question about future events. Does anyone out here think they can think of a good question we could ask?"
Could you ask where she would be and Kelito would be within 5 minutes?
That's good. Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. All right. And Fee then looks around for an open space where she's at least, say, 35 feet away from everyone else.
Oh, literally no one is here other than...
Yeah, but I assume we were all standing pretty close together. I'm going to step away from my friends.
Okay.
Do you have incense?
Bought some to attempt to do this spell at some point and then decided against it. So I'm fairly certain you do have something.
Yeah, actually, I think I did, but I also have a components pouch, so I believe as long as it doesn't have...
It consumes stuff, so it's not included in the components pouch.
Correct. But I think you did buy a portion of incense for this spell.
Yeah, I remember buying incense. I just couldn't remember what it was for.
This.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, I obviously knew that this would be useful at some point. So yeah, get myself nice and far away from my friends, out of the blast radius, and I will attempt to cast divination.
Okay, roll your Arcana check.
A 1. So let's do better this time. Another 1.
God.
2 1s in a row.
Roll a d4, please.
Let's see what 2.
A 2. You summon into existence some methods.
Yeah. Okay, that's the. I'm so glad because the other 3 are terrible. I'm pretty sure.
They're not great for you.
Oh really?
They're not. No, they're all bad.
Yeah, like to be honest, Fee only knows about this Fireball and Stink Cloud from 3rd level. Those are the only spells, and now what do you call it? Frenzy Bolt or whatever it is. She hasn't failed actually that many times.
You let me know when we're back at.
Right.
That's what I was thinking.
Okay, so I failed. I'll try again. Right, roll my Arcana check. 11 is better, which will be a 19, and this is level 4, so I only needed to make 18. So yeah, I pulled it off.
Okay, so what's the question that you're asking?
Where will Kelatar and Fee be in the next? Kelatar and Asha be in the next 5 minutes. Yeah, I'll just stick with that one.
There is a moment's pause as if the question is being offered. What are you offering what's your offering, by the way?
Oh, there's an offering thing?
Yeah, sacrificial offering appropriate to your religion. This is I remember why. It's because we were talking about in order to cast this spell you had to sacrifice a donkey before.
Oh yeah.
Well, we didn't have to. It's just the conclusion we eventually came to, and I'm not convinced it was the best one.
technically, considering my,
You nicked a donkey from the Yorvikian stables and then you returned him.
I mean, I would have.
Bert, I think. his name
No,
was.
I can't remember what the name it was.
I mean,
As soon as the guy gave me a name, I was like, no, I can't do this now.
wasn't it like Wilbur or something? But
Could have been, I don't remember.
yeah. Considering my god's a forge god, could I offer it an artifact?
Yes, you
Magical
could.
item?
Something that has been made, you could.
I will hand over the clockwork amulet I have.
You sure?
Okay.
Yeah,
Do you not use that anymore?
pretty much never. I keep forgetting I have it,
Okay.
and I feel it's worth it because I think this is a good.
Okay.
This works.
Yeah, sounds good. Great, thank you.
Take
I
the
will-
amulet and release the spell asking the question. The response that comes back is in quite a deep voice that has clearly been sort of singed with smoke and sort of quite husky. Your friends will be where the fallen dwell, within the realm, looked after by hell.
I kind of like repeat that as though, like, you know, when you're on air and someone's speaking into your ear, and I just kind of say it back out to everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Where,
That does not sound good.
I mean, aren't there multiple places where the dead go?
Can I do a religion check to see if I know anything about
Make a
where
religion
would
check.
be presided by hell?
Take a look at that.
21.
You do know indeed that a place where creatures dwell that is presided over by hell is Helheim, in the Yorvikian belief.
I believe it is referring to the realm known as Helheim
But
Okay.
from the
presumably,
Yorvikian system.
presumably not the actual island in the Jorvik archipelago.
It sounded
Right.
more like a realm or another plane of existence.
Hmm.
Okay. We have precisely 0 ways of getting there, short of asking Gundamir to help, which we don't want to do.
I would be prepared to do that. I want him freed, but I also want to look after our companions.
I feel like we.
Don't forget that I have a plane shift scroll.
We need a focus for the plane you're trying to get to, don't you?
I think when it's cast from a scroll,
Yeah, I
you
don't think you do.
require material components. So I think that's sort of a cheeky way of getting around it. Have a double check. Yeah, without providing any material components. So yeah, you do not need a material component. You just think of where you want to go.
Do we risk it?
I
But we
mean,
have a way back.
I mean, Cedric can summon Gundamir wherever we are. We
I-
haven't done that today.
So we could always come back here.
I would
That's-
hope so.
That sounds like a plan for a rescue.
It's as long as we're fairly confident we can find them with the scroll.
sorry, quick one. What was the message from Asher again, if anyone can remind me?
What message from Asher?
It wasn't from
Sorry,
Asher.
from
Keltar.
Keltar.
It was literally like we might
Something
have trouble,
down,
or we could something's
follow
going.
the screaming crowd.
Yeah,
Yeah.
go to the Yeah, okay, so very nondescript.
No reference to who they found or what was going on or anything, just that we needed to go there.
I mean, given where we were at the time, I didn't think.
No,
No, you don't you try to defend your choices now, Matthew.
Oh wow, using the full name,
Yeah.
you're in trouble.
yeah.
Matthew Alan George. There you go.
Oh,
Don't worry, I'm feeling bad enough as it is.
well, I mean, we're going to assume that they ran into one of the people we're after. I mean, why else would shit be going down, basically? You know, and something's happened in the.
So they could well need our help. I say we go now.
Yeah, sooner the better.
We're all rested.
All right, let's give it a try, Cedric.
Sure thing. Spell on a spell is higher than you can normally, but a higher level you must make a spellcasting ability determined with can. The DC equals 17.
Okay. So wisdom check, DC 17.
I realise I haven't even got my dice out yet today.
RP session.
Is there anything we can do to help with this casting?
I mean, there is the help action. There is guidance. There is things like that.
Can I guidance myself? How long does guidance last?
Minute.
A minute, so I can guidance myself. So that's a D4.
You can help to give advantage on the next ability check.
I feel like, given that I'm also a wisdom-based caster, that might mean I can help.
Also kind of a planeswalker.
Also, you're a planeswalker, so or at least
Yeah.
Horizon Walker.
I like that. That's good.
So, first of all, Ross, where are you aiming to go? Are you aiming to go to Jorvik and Helheim, or are you aiming to go to actual Helheim?
Actual Helheim?
Yeah.
I say with as much confidence as I can. I'm just trying to find the D20, which is the yellow one, which Connor/Luke always mocks me for not having a D4 for. So I'm seeing if I can find. That's what the other die I'm going to roll with advantage on.
It was MTM, wasn't it? You got that.
Okay. So advantage and a plus a D4. We don't have our bard for inspiration. I've got to beat. What was it again? 17.
You do have a D10 for the day.
I do
which
also
you
have
could
it.
add
Yes,
to this.
very true. So I will see how that goes. I need to just. Okay. What am I adding? Just my wisdom modifier.
Wisdom modifier.
I'm so
Basically, you
nervous
need a
about this.
12, I think.
Ross doesn't have a +5 in wisdom, I don't think.
I do have
What
I do have a +5.
Oh, okay.
So thank God it was with advantage because one of them was a 1.
Yep.
The other one was a 16.
Okay. That's good.
So that's 21 plus a 2 on that, which is 23.
Okay. So as you open the scroll off, everyone grabs onto you in a loose circle around you. You read the chant out. You're vaguely aware of it. You've heard people cast it before. And as you do, the page starts to flicker and disintegrate away, surrounding the lot of you before you suddenly vanish and reappear in this dark, grim place where various undead find themselves walking around.
I will deploy my shield and say, any sign of them?
I will look around.
Second check. With advantage, because you did say you had your shield up earlier.
I am wanting to look at things. Crit it. I mean, it might mean nothing. There might literally be nowhere near. But does a 29 give me anything?
29. As you're looking around, there are a few things. There's not many things that stand out to you. First of all, there's a giant ship that is maybe 200 feet or so away from you, but you can see with the detail that with your very keen eyes that the ship is made out of nails, like fingernails and toenails.
Norse mythology is weird, yo.
Yeah, it is. You can see that there are a lot of people sort of slowly making their way towards this place. There's a few which are making their way a lot quicker, but seemingly not of their own volition. And there is one huge creature that is walking away.
Away from it or
Away
away
from-
from us?
Away from the ship. Well, both.
Wait, so everyone else is walking towards the ship?
Yeah, but there's one big guy that's walking away.
Maybe that's a lead.
Maybe. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I should have all my methods with me, right?
Yes, if you didn't dispel them.
No, I didn't, and divination didn't require concentration. So can I send them? Can I send them out with a quick description of Kelatar and Asher?
How far can you send them with conjure minor elementals?
I don't think it has a range. I think I require to stay within a certain. Oh, hang on. Blah blah blah. Friendly roll initiative. Verbal commands issue. Blah blah blah. Yeah, I don't think there's any restriction on how far away they can be.
Okay. You say to them, you give them a description of Kelatar, and send them off. Where are you sending them to?
I mean, 8 cardinal directions, I guess, because
Okay.
just they've got to find them, and they can fly as well, so they can see them from above. Yeah.
They scatter off and head off in every which way direction. As you come closer to, you watch some of them get closer towards the ship, and they are destroyed immediately as they get within range of the ship. Like literally, something comes out and just hucks spears at them, and they vanish.
Okay.
Don't
That's
go near
not
that then.
Yeah.
But the ones on the other half of the compass and clock face that are going off, they just sort of scatter off into various distances.
I do not like the look of that ship.
I'm guessing my role wasn't good enough to know much about religion. Role wasn't good enough to know much about this. Just I know this place exists and who presides over it.
You know, yeah, you are a follower of Athena. You don't know much about your Yorvikian mythology.
Yeah.
And religion. But there is just the large creature that's just walking away slowly. Actually, with your perception roll, Cedric, you would have seen that he does have another creature with him.
I think we should follow them. It's the best we've got.
Have any of the methods
When
been
you
destroyed by going near them?
They haven't got there yet.
When you say a large creature, how large?
Huge. So a good 20 feet tall.
Oh, I can cast sending. I might as well just try
You
and.
can't. You've established you can't cast sending. You message.
New message.
Oh fuck, message. Yeah, hang on. I'm looking up the wrong.
And the range is 120 feet on that.
Yeah.
I mean, Cedric does have locate creature.
I mean, I could pop it. Shall I? Okay, let's just do that. Let's go. Why not?
Okay. Locate creature.
I would like a creature on Kalatar again because he's the one who sent the message.
Okay, you can cast it on Kelatar. You get a blip.
Blip. Blip.
He is in the direction of the big dude.
Definitely in that direction, and I will start running.
Okay, you
I
start
will-
running.
Follow.
Yeah.
Ditto.
Well, I'm more jogging.
Yeah, I was gonna say we all start running, and then it's just a foundling just blitz past.
Naruto pass.
And you have to sort of stop for Kafina. So you actually, Cedric, you pick up Kafina.
You don't have to stop for fee. I'm riding Bink.
Didn't specify you were riding Bink earlier.
I literally left the house on Bink. Like I summoned Bink in the house, and then when we left, I got on Bink. Like I kind of assumed that was just you would assume I summoned her to ride around the market. Like I just thought that was kind of.
As you're walking, holding Ash's head,
Carrying a backpack.
and her backpack, sort of like backpack, over the shoulders. If anything, you balance the head on top to sort of keep it in place.
One back, one front.
Yeah, one head.
And then head.
You suddenly see this sort of ashen grey, sort of heat imp-like creature fly past, stop, look at you, and because you put your tongues up, it says, "You're the one that she looks for."
She.
I don't know, some crazy psycho that pulled me out of thin air. I was just going around minding my day.
Was she about 2.5 feet tall?
Yes.
Right. I cast sending.
Yep.
I will aim it. Lyra.
Okay.
And
say
there are 3 messages
Ah.
because that's how many words I needed.
Are you working this out?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
So yeah, Lyra, you hear, I am so sorry. I'm in Helheim. Ash's head has been cut off by Orion. Don't know what to do. I've met someone called Boulder. I'm trying to get Asher home, trying to get myself out of here. Orion must die, and I want to do it right now. Boulder is taking me somewhere safe while I'm looking for options. And I will burn the other 2 third-level spell slots that I have, and 1 fourth.
Okay.
In order to cast.
So you can respond. You could technically respond to all the first 2 as you're running, but I think you would know Kalatar is panicking at this point, so you kind of wait.
Yeah, you kind of hear it.
Well, it's sort of.
About half a word into responding, and then there's just more talking over the top.
I'll wait for a moment to make sure he's finished.
Okay.
And then I'll respond. That's a lot of information. We're about 50 feet behind you.
I was waiting for the turn around.
I'm literally just going to keep walking.
Yeah.
Literally 50 feet. We know we're in Helheim. We're coming to help. That'll be it.
Aldor looks down at you. You're friends here.
I think so.
Yeah. The wife likes company. You guys eventually, you do catch up to Kalatar and see him with this giant person walking alongside him. Very handsome, but looks down. Hello. Are you his friend?
Yes.
What's happened here?
Orion.
I just hand someone Ash's head and I just walk. I don't say anything.
Okay.
How did Orion do this? Asher is as tough as they come.
We can fix this. We need to fix it now.
Have you got a way of fixing this? Balder asks.
Maybe, but it's a risk.
Not doing anything is a much worse risk, isn't it?
I will rub my ring of genie summoning.
Mm-hmm. But you know, I love you guys, but you take me to some of the most awful places.
Yes, I'm very sorry, and sorry we couldn't say bye before we left. A lot has happened in the last morning, and I need you to do something which is quite a lot to ask for, really, but it's very important.
So, tell me, what do you want from me? What do you seeking me to do?
Please, can you use your wish ability to bring back Asher?
Just notices Asher for the first time. And he leans down really close to you, Cedric. So you're asking me to bring her back? Wish for it.
I'm wishing for her to be alive and well again.
You're going to have to give me a very specific wish.
Anyone want to weigh in on these very important words I'm about to say? Everyone's like, no, I don't want any responsibility for this.
Who's going to know most about bringing someone back to life other than the cleric? So I think you've got all the knowledge in the part.
Yeah.
To be made whole again would seem a good place to start.
I mean, if we just say that, the head just might be reattached and she'll still be dead. I think you said alive and well sounds pretty good. Alive and well and whole.
And in her current form?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
In
honestly,
fact, I do have a question. Actually, I do have a question first. Would something like regenerate? No, not to regenerate. A reincarnate, maybe, or resurrection. Which one am I after? They're all the same word. Resurrection is the one I'm after. Would resurrection work? Do I not have to take the risk? It doesn't restore body parts, but it does close mortal wounds. So if we have the body parts, does it then close those mortal wounds?
I mean, technically, Resurrection, the spell closes all mortal wounds and restores any missing body parts. It depends on your perspective of whether or not she's missing the body or missing the head.
Yeah. So I think it's so with Cedric's dying a lot / knowing about how bringing people back from the death.
Yes.
Does that seem like that would be enough? Be
Make a
appropriate?
wisdom check, because it is on your spell list as a cleric, and I'm not sure if it is as a druid, but I know it certainly is as a cleric.
It's not a druid, no.
Druids get reincarnate instead, don't they?
They can reincarnate in general.
Yeah.
Reincarnate to a 5th level.
Just a wisdom check, yeah.
Yes.
23.
23, okay. You know that a resurrection spell is your best bet beyond a true resurrection. A bit beyond the power of what you have. But it is a draining spell. But it would close up the mortal wound. If you have the two body parts and you can put them together, then in theory that should be fine. Should be sufficient.
I will do that then.
In that
because I don't because I'm also considering, as just in Cedric's brain, that I don't want to ruin the one shot that we have potentially of freeing Gundamir as well.
Do we do that here, or do we go somewhere else and do that?
We have time with resurrection.
I should say that the resurrection, if that is what you're trying to do, it does take an hour.
We should probably. I think I only can. How long can I summon him for? I think I can only summon him for an hour, can't I?
He only lasts for an hour.
Yeah, so he's gonna have to start like now.
No.
In that case,
we want him to take us to his place and do there. Or at least his gun.
I'll ask Gundamir. Is that too much to do, or do you need to start now?
If you want me to take you back to my place, and then I can do it there. That is fine. If that is your instruction, then I can do that.
Let's do that. But before we do go anywhere, I will cast what is it called? Revivify? The other R one. No, Gentle Riposte. Thank you, Gentle Riposte, that's the one.
Okay.
I will do 2 casts just in case, one on the head and one on the body.
Sure. Okay.
I'm covering all bases here. I'm doing everything I possibly can.
Okay.
And then I will ask Gundamir to please take us, if he's able to do everything, to please take us back to his home.
Yeah, I can do that. It's not a problem at all. I can use the plain shirt and I can use your wish. Once you tell me what your wish is, I can do it then. It's not a problem. I'm very keen in making sure that you do not die under my whilst you are technically my guests. That is not a good look for me.
I appreciate everything you do, Gundamir.
All right, everyone, hold on to my hands. Are we taking the big fellow with us? Baldur said, "Oh no, I have to remain here." But
thank you for all your help.
Oh no, it's quite right. All I did was.
I don't know if this is of any use to you, but I will just grab some money. I don't know.
Is it a lot?
No, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
I grab 500 platinum and I throw it at him as we leave.
That's going to make cast a spell.
Yep.
All right.
Thank you.
He goes, and then go back at Gundamir's.
I rolled for it, and yeah. So.
I don't think you made it vain on Baldur.
I get the feeling there aren't any shops in Helheim. Like, just putting it out there.
He's now the richest man in Helheim.
Yeah, but now he decides to go on the boat, you can upgrade to first class.
All right. So you reappear in Gundamir's home. So what is the plan? What is the wish? Remember, you'll get two of these.
The wish is to cast the resurrection spell
All right. I shall be
On
back.
Asher.
on Asher.
Thank you for the clarification. That's been that. Forgive me. As he pulls up, he reaches into a drawer on his dresser and pulls out a large diamond and just sort of places it on Ash.
We will
If
If it's
reimburse
with a
you.
wish, it doesn't consume
Require.
anything.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, in which case, never mind. He just does it for effect. But you lay Ash's body on the table and he puts the head in the right place,
Facing the right way.
facing the right way, and casts the resurrection spell. For the sake of this, I'm going to do it as a thing. How are you guys helping with this resurrection?
That's a great question.
Sorry?
I'm telling them to pass out the room out the way.
Okay.
I guess I'll just pray to Athena.
Okay. Make a. What is your prayer?
Lady Athena, this is a righteous warrior who's helped save an entire civilization from a devil of the hells. If you can aid her now in returning to life, please do so.
Okay. Make a religion check for me, please, with advantage.
$18.
Okay. Who else?
Lyra can't do anything.
I will. Well, I'm doing two things. One is I'm going to open up my satchel and have Ken and Not use their tentacles to hold the head to the body. Please help us, please. And I will scoop them out of the bag. It's like hold these together for me, please.
Okay.
And
Because every plan is better when you add octopus.
100%. 100%. And oh, I don't even know what else. Oh, you know what? I don't know if this is. You know what? Yeah, just for funsies, I think more than anything. So I prepared summon bestial spirit at the beginning of the day. So I'm going to cast it at 6th level and summon a wolf-like
Okay.
creature to hopefully stand over guard and guide Ash's soul back to her body.
Okay. Make a nature check
For sure.
with advantage.
I will take that. Can I guidance myself for this by any chance?
No, because it's
Okay.
both concentration and the thing will disappear.
No, that's fine. It's still going to be good. I'm just going to slap as many things as I can. I'm going to throw the D10 in there as well if I can.
Sure, you may.
I am.
I think this is using your wisdom modifier rather than your intelligence modifier.
Okay, I am going guns blazing, and this is going to be
That's a swing of a
a
6.
big fat juicy one. I'm telling you right now. 21, 20, 30.
Okay. Well, with the octopus brothers holding the head in place, the wolf spirit
Does Lyra
appears
have something as well?
I
over.
do have something.
Yeah, I was going to finish my narration. I didn't see your hand. I was going to finish what I was
Just in
saying.
case.
The wolf spirit appears and just stands there over Asher and presses its nozzle against the pommel and crossguard of Shatterfang. Lyra.
I'm going to take off my gauntlets, which I presume are part of half plate armor.
Yes.
So I'm going to take with one hand. One hand I will sort of lay over her hand, and the left hand I will sort of press my palm against the blade of Shatterfang, and until it draws blood.
Yeah.
And I will wipe blood along the blade, and I will say to Asher, I swear, I will help you wreak vengeance on my brother for this.
Make a
Bestie roll.
Make a vengeance check.
yeah.
BFF.
It's gonna have to be persuasion.
Damn it.
Yeah, I know. With advantage, because that's the thing.
I use the metal dice.
You know what? No,
Good night, Danny.
This is a test of
Good night.
Leolaire's will. So I'm going to say this is a straight wisdom check.
Straight wisdom.
Yes, with advantage.
That is a 21.
21. Okay, as the blood drips along the edge of along the flats of Shatterfang, the wolf looks back at you and resumes pressing his head. As Gundamir releases the magic, the two octopi let go, as leaving small sucker marks around the flesh as it becomes whole once again. Asher lies there for a moment. Opens her eyes. Revived.
I walk out the room.
Okay.
I pump Gundamir's hand. Thank you very much.
Oh, no, it's not part of whatsoever. Just remember, he looks at Cedric. You've got one.
I would like to hug Gundamir while crying, so...
Oh, that's a little fun. It's okay. You're basically hugging his knee.
Yeah, I realize it's probably inappropriate, but I've got to do it, because she'll be sobbing right now, so...
I will be clasping Ash's hand probably, and just, Asher, are you okay? You well? Are you? Speak to me, Asher.
I have no idea what just happened.
Unfortunately, the one person who could probably tell you left the room a moment ago.
So,
Kalasar says early on killed you. We have been able to bring you back with the aid of Gundamir.
Asher, you feel exhausted, more so than you did before. Your body doesn't quite feel the same as it did earlier. The strength is still there, but it feels like your muscles and joints are slightly stiffer. You have a -4 penalty to all D20 rolls for the next 4 days.
Where are we?
I think we need to get you home.
We are currently at Gundamir's place. We've brought you back here. Again, with Gundamir's help.
Ooh.
If it's quite alright, I would like to return home now.
I think that's for the best.
Agreed. We need to find Kanatar.
Yeah.
Where's Kalatar gone?
We can't see him.
No. That's...
Perception check.
Matt or Kalatar, we can't see him.
Kelatar has gone up to the room that he spent the night in,
Mhm.
and he is talking to Beverly.
Okay, what's he saying to Belgrabad?
I've fucked up royally. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what is going on. I just don't know.
Do we need to discuss in person?
I think that would be best. I don't like doing this. However we're doing this, I prefer to see you face to face.
You know where I rest.
I do.
Would you rather I met you somewhere?
No. Of all of the places available to meet, I think in your lair would be best.
Very well. If I am not here when you arrive, I am likely hunting.
Very good.
Is anyone looking for Kalatar? What are the rest of you doing?
I'm sticking with Asher.
Okay.
I will.
I guess I'll go and look for Kelatar.
What were you going to say, Ross?
I was just going to give my spirit wolf the command to guard Asher for the next hour that it's up.
Okay. It's a little bit creepy for you, Asher, that you've suddenly come up and there's this big spiritual wolf standing on your chest.
Well,
If you want to get up, it will let you.
well, I will sit up and try and lift Shatterfang, which I don't think I'd be very able to do.
I mean, you've essentially got a strength of 21, so, you know.
No, I don't,
No?
because
That's
Kalatar
right.
has the bag
Yeah,
full of
well,
all my things.
All your things off you. So, yeah, you don't have the
I have a
strength.
strength of -1 right now.
Well, I mean, yeah, -4 to your strength. Yeah, you would. You can lift Shatterfang, but it is a difficult procedure to do so. It's not quite the same as when you saw Lyra try and wave Shatterfang around in the Shadowfell.
Would you like
That
a
was
hand,
fun.
Asher?
I'm just going to leave it there. If I can't pick it up, I don't want it.
I will collect it for her.
Okay.
And just keep hold of it.
The bag is over to one side.
I'll go. No, I will keep hold of it
Okay.
until she wants it back.
And I will go looking for Kelatar.
Okay. Thundling, you've got a bit of a head start, and you can hear Kalatar speaking to someone in his room.
I knock on the door.
Come in.
Kalatar just sat on the bed. Bang at his feet.
Are you all right, Kelatar?
Not really.
I understand this has been a distressing day for you. But Asha is back.
I know. I was there.
She wants to return home to recuperate. And I think we should all go as a group. Will you come with us?
I need to go back to the jungle. I need to get my head together and find out what's going on.
At this point, Asher, you arrive at the door.
Sup, Chuck?
I don't even.
No, doesn't acknowledge.
I don't even look.
It's the last time I ever go on a date with you.
I'm sure you've been on worse.
Well, never been out with someone who's managed to remove my head. Not feeling all that great right now, but I'm sure things will get better.
All of your things are in your bag.
I thank you very much for not leaving them in the snow. Very thoughtful.
If I could bring you back, the only thing I was leaving with you was Shatterfang.
Well, it always finds its way back. Come home with me.
I need to go back to the jungle.
We can all go back to the jungle next week.
I need to go sooner than that.
Do I think that he's leaving with the intention of coming back?
Make an insight check. Roll a charisma check, just to set a DC for me.
16.
22. Kalasar is difficult to read in this state. His features aren't giving anything back.
Hasn't today shown that wandering around without the rest of the group is a dangerous thing to do?
Yes, but where I'm going, I'll be going to something much stronger than any of us. I just want some time to take stock and think about everything.
I give him a nice hug and leave him as he is.
Yeah, I'll follow Asher out.
Actually, you have a damp spot on one shoulder.
I'm aware.
So since the portal is unavailable for the next 6 hours, 5.5-ish, is there anything that you wish to do whilst you are here? Or shall we just skip ahead to the portal?
I've got nothing.
I thought we were using a static portal in the town.
Well, no one has actually said where you go, how you guys are getting anywhere.
Gundamir mentioned when we were querying about it that there was a portal to the material plane in town.
Yes,
We didn't decide to go there, but in talking about it, it did come as like the final kind of like, oh, but you can use that. And it's like, oh, okay.
At least ask Gundamir about it, where it is, and what are the issues around using it.
Well, the elements within that. There's a portal to the material plane. It pops out in Jorvik, I think it comes out there. Somewhere above the city of Alfheim.
Above.
You're going to want to have something that you can float down with. it's a portal through the air. You need to appear through the air, but you do appear within the barrier of Alfheim.
Right.
Hmm.
Didn't one of us buy a token that could turn into a giant bird?
I bought a token
I
for a
did.
ship. Oh, giant bird. Sorry,
Yeah, rock.
What did you think I said?
bed.
That's what I meant. Or just
No,
fall
it's like-
down and then bounce.
Yeah.
I was like, I guess, yeah, if it's cushy enough, we could try and let him go.
Just everyone just jumps into a giant pedalo and just float. And also the portal is, I think, what you mortals you on the material plane called a heavy toll in order to get through. Around 50 volts per person.
A what? Sorry, a heavy what?
Toll.
Toll.
It's a toll. You have to pay to use it.
It'll be 50 gold.
Is that with money, Gundamir?
Yes.
No, it's with mushrooms.
What else would you be using if not
I
money?
don't know. Some people value things more than gold, but yeah, okay.
It just said it was 50 gold.
Yeah, I did just say it was 50 gold.
Okay, sorry.
But no, if you go through the souk, there is a portal there that you can use. I can come with you and show you where it is, or one of my servants.
Yes, please.
No, that's fine.
Should we get Kelata to come with us? He'll need to at least get back to the material plane.
The only thing I'm wondering is whether we probably have to wait until tomorrow. Could we have wind walk cast on us before we go through?
Yeah, if the master wants me to do that for you, looks at Cedric.
We could use that as an option.
Can you do that today, or would we have to wait?
No, I can do that now. I can do it 3 times a day.
That might be the quickest option.
Would we not need to pay our toll first? Because when we've used it before, we've not been able to do anything
Yeah.
material.
Yes,
I can cast it on you just before you go through. It's absolutely fine. It's not a problem.
that seems like the best idea.
Let's do that then.
It's another debt of gratitude we will owe to you, Gundamir. Thank you.
It's nothing. It's quite literally the least I can do.
He loves rubbing it in, doesn't he? Like he's just so good at the subtle guilt trip, isn't he?
Just likes flaunting his power.
But it's like Aladdin in Aladdin. Infinite power! Living space. So he has to humble brag sometimes.
His living space isn't that itty bitty.
No, it really isn't.
Okay, I guess I'll go back upstairs to Kelatar.
Okay.
We are going to use the static portal in town to get back to the material plane. Apparently it will bring us out at shit I've forgotten.
Alfheim.
At Elfheim. It's away from where you need to be, but at least it's on the right plane. Will you come this far with us?
Would I know what would be the best option for me to get to the jungle brain core quickest?
From there, probably your best bet.
B can use
Your best,
teleport.
your best bet is probably to be teleported to the contrivance, and then if you've still got Windwalk cast on you, fly from there. That's probably your quickest bet, unless you can find someone who can teleport you to a tree there, which you don't know.
A tree in the middle of the forest.
Yeah, pick a tree in the middle of the jungle. Let's see how that goes.
Yeah.
That's probably your best bet, is to get teleported and then fly
Just
through.
goes.
I mean, there was the tree that was used as a portal in his lair before.
Yeah, but the person casting the transport via plants needs to know that tree.
Ah,
I can't just describe a tree.
Yeah,
because
a tree in a jungle.
narrow down.
yeah,
A big
about
tree.
20 foot tall, slender build.
Inside the cave.
Curves in all the right places.
Yeah, exactly. The right number of knobs. Anyway, all right. So you make your way through. Are you going with them, or
Yeah, I'll do that.
okay. You make your way through, and you basically get taken through airplane customs. You pay 50 gold each.
I will pay Ashes.
Okay. I assume Asher picks up her sack.
Cedric said he had it.
Oh, Cedric's got it.
I'm
Okay.
carrying equipment.
All right.
She didn't seem to care for it at this moment, so I was carrying it
Yeah.
until she does.
Gundamir looks to you and says, "Well, until we meet again, it is good having you in my home. I'm glad you're feeling better, Asher. That's a good thing. Good. So have a safe flight, and remember that your exits are here, and mostly that way. And we will cast Windwalk on you.
I will now, because I am Whooshy Wind. I will thank you as best as I can. And
It
Whooshy
takes a
Wind.
minute to cast, so you
Oh,
can.
thank you, Gondomir. Thank you once again. We have much to discuss when we've resolved some of these matters.
Just give you a
He's like,
thumbs up.
yeah. Shh, I'm trying to concentrate.
Still casting a spell. Stop it. But cast Windwalk on the lot of you, and you're then
Go into fight.
through the portal and out into the familiar sunlit sky of Alfheim. And actually, no, we won't finish it there just yet. But you are right above the centre of Alfheim, so you can see directly below you is essentially where the Gebu Tavern is, where you've stayed a couple of nights. And you can see Vidblain, Van Thalder, and Andlang. So it is just a question of which one of the three you want to go to. I would guess Anna, you have the lead in Asher.
Who?
You have the Asher.
Because if Anna was here, someone might still be alive.
You are alive.
You are alive.
Yeah.
You have the choice of where you want to lead the party, where home is to you.
I'm going straight to Nebula because that's where I know that Noala and Froda, and it's probably the safest place.
Are Noala and Frodo there? I thought they were still in. She works in Van Thal in.
Well,
Right.
either way, that's the safest place probably on this continent right now.
Instead of Asher leading as you would have expected towards Van Thalder or towards Andlang, where your home is, she turns and heads to the northwestern side of the island, towards the port town of Van Thalder. So
Follow.
Yeah, keep following.
And she leads you to the tree line and drops suddenly into the ground, through the trees, and lands on the ground. Nearby what looks like a tall, damaged watchtower. It looks like it sustained damage from the barrage from the Devil ship. And transforms back into herself.
As do
Yeah,
me too.
me too.
Me also.
So good to go now, Kevatar, and that's
Yeah.
okay. So can't need to get Kafina to cast the spell for you.
Would you mind?
Sorry?
Would you mind? I need to get to the contrivance unit.
Oh.
Yeah, sure, no worries.
I'd suggest doing it now because in a couple of minutes it's not going to be able to.
Yeah.
So Kafina draws the circle whilst Kevatar transforms back into the clouds. The circle finished, unless there's anything else that wants to be said.
Good luck, Kalata. I hope you find what you are looking for.
Keep in contact.
Keep in touch.
Meeting.
Okay.
Definitely.
You step into the portal as you turn into mist and vanish rapidly. And with that, Asher turns and steps directly into a tree and passes through it. And that is where we'll pick up next week.
Ta-da!
Well, fuck.
Yeah.
That went sideways real quick.
How did we go from shopping to decapitation in like 60
It was a
seconds?
scouting mission.
Yeah, that's where we went wrong. It should have been a kill mission. Those go well.
Yeah.
Nah, that one was my fuck up.
Is the golden blade fucking Warpool sword?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I rolled for the runes that were on it, and that was one of the options for the Moonblade that came up. And I, critted off the unluck on that, which was very unfortunate.
Yeah, no, like honestly, the whole way through that was just a real poor choice from me. But it is what would have happened 99% of the time.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't even now if I could go back, I would still go for it the way I did.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like you guys played that to the characters, and that's what I'm proud of. That fucking sucked.
Oh yeah, like I hate power word kill and I hate Vorpal weapons because it's not fun.
Yeah.
It's really not fun. But you know, it's a what 3-4% chance that happens.
Like 5% at best.
Yeah, at best. So yeah, no, I'm not bothered by it. It was a bit scary, but
You had to blow a little bit to get you back, but
yeah,
nothing really that major.
Oh, I'm kicking myself.
he's killed me twice now, that motherfucker. Fucking fuming.
I think you're regretting dropping the Oath of Vengeance.
No,
Nah.
no.
Oath of
No,
Vengeance.
there's literally just two people on the list. That Ralakor and Orion are the only people that would have happened to. The rest, it would have been a nice chat. But you gotta have a line, and it sits on the elf.
I mean, of the ways that session could have gone into the conversations of either chatting to the Corpse Eater, the Corpse Devourer, or that was very much worst case scenario. Like there was so many things went wrong in that session. Like the Amulet of the Plains failed, and I mean there were three things that could have gone successively worse because you were essentially in the elemental plane of water. You could have ended up underwater, and that would have been bad. But you ended up vaguely near to be. So on the scheme of things.
But Matt, I see you down there at the bottom of my screen. Cheer up, kiddo. Ain't that bad.
We got her back, and then we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Alatar.
Orc boy here isn't coming back though.
We'll see what happens. So, thank you very much for joining us on this, whatever this was.
So 72.
We will be 72. What was it you said at the beginning of the session, Ross?
Yes, it was quoted to me.
What's the worst that can happen, guys? We're practically gods. Ross, Friday 22nd, May 2020.
No regrets.
Oh dear. That is very much the nature of this particular campaign. It takes you into all sorts of weird and wonderful dark places.
It's literally do or die.
Yeah. And also we got to meet Balder. That was a thing. Let's bring that guy in.
Yeah, you were quite lucky to end up with a nice friendly Balder hanging around where you ended up in Helheim.
He's a nice guy. He doesn't deserve to be there, and yet he's cursed to be forever. Bless him. So, thank you very much for joining us, and we will see you next time. Check out the Game Tea Kickstarter and tell your friends about it. Take care of yourselves this bank holiday weekend, which by the time you see this will have already happened, but time. So enjoy the sun, enjoy the weather, stay safe. We love you. Thank you very much for joining us, and good night.